effect.
So, we won't go too in depth with the recap since we just left off in combat. But as last session concluded, the battlefield remained fraught with peril. Etheria bounding through the trees in an attempt to reach Marina. The rest of you continued to fend off the relentless foes. The Nightmare Warden loomed large against Liska. And the outcome of this confrontation hangs in the balance. I'm going to head and stick on some music.
There's a target dummy on the field.
Oh, yeah, we're testing stuff. At least Herbert isn't here anymore.
Right. So, Etheria, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Oop, I didn't mean to move.
Let me. I can't see where she went.
You saw her appear just over
Baddie
here.
spotted. Man, I had this huge bar to the side of my screen.
Was it a death metal screen?
It's like a mini character sheet.
Yeah, you just press E to... Yep.
Press what?
E.
Echo.
E. Alright. E.
Base boosted.
Alright, how far can I go? To there, but if I recall, there's no more branches connecting.
Correct.
So now I have to drop.
You are right on the very edge of the branches here. You could try to make your way around the side here, kind of just avoiding the hill entirely. Like here, here, here. That would effectively keep you on the branches. But if you wanted to go straight across, then you'd have to drop down onto the hill.
I'll loop around on the branches.
All right.
Well, I can't pathfind, but I can to 40. And man, I gotta get there and stop her from doing more horrifying shit. Forty with an action dash. Maybe next round.
All right.
That's about what I got, boss.
Gotcha. All right, Vellum.
Oh, this is gonna be rough, but thankfully I shouldn't provoke from anything.
At the end of Etheria's turn,
Oh no.
the Nightmare Warden is going to make a claw attack on Liska.
Good luck hitting.
It can. It doesn't have to crit.
Oh,
There we go.
there you go.
I feel like I should have not said good luck.
Go ahead.
You shouldn't have said shit.
As the raking claws come down upon your shield, Liska, it catches your arm, giving it enough room to make an up swipe.
No,
Go.
I am going to warding maneuver that.
Okay.
Looks like I can just like this.
It did crit though.
It's just a regular attack.
Mm-hmm. Because of adamantine armor.
Yeah, but
I mean, it still automatically hits, like a natural 20 on the die means. But now, even though it still hits, I have resistance to all this damage.
Aha. Okay then. All right. So With that, so total of 28. Alright, nice. Okay, so yeah, you resist that damage. Go ahead and make me a wisdom save.
What's the other damage?
Oh, hang on. What is the other
Because
damage?
there's also a 14.
Yeah, let me double check here.
Is it its weird psychic strength?
Slashing.
Oh, it's because it was the. Oh, I think it might have auto rolled that because of the crit.
Right, I see. That's
So it's just.
Yeah.
17, 28.
Automation is a wonderful thing.
I'll still warding maneuver. But if it's 14 instead of 28, or the other 14 doesn't exist, so it's just
so total
28
of.
wastes the total, so 14 damage.
Okay, let me go ahead and undo that, and I'll just half. 1/2, apply. There we go. Okay. And yeah, make me that wisdom saving throw, please. Alright. You succeed with a. Yes. You succeed with a 19. You are not frightened. Vellum.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna do the old okay, let me get my head straight here. So gonna earring fuck it, I'll do earring everyone so everyone's in the loop. I'm moving to help Etheria. And then I will do as such. I'm going to sort of be doing a little bit of skirting, but it will involve me doing a jump.
Okay.
So I'm just double checking. So that's 25.
So you'd be dropping down 40 feet. Sorry, hang on. No, that's
No, it wouldn't be 40 feet. No, it'd be like
yeah, because
15.
yeah, 15.
So I am gonna have to do a
Tuck and
jump.
roll.
Duck and roll. And thankfully, since I'm high up enough, I don't believe I provoke from any of these guys down there.
No.
I think you provoke from the warding, don't you?
The oh, wait, hang on.
He's
So
he's
20.
like his
20
top
foot.
of his head is right at your feet.
I may just have to suck up a hit then. So get that out of the way.
However, his reach is 10 feet.
Yep. So he should still be able to reach then, because he's 20 feet tall.
He is no. See, he's 12 feet, sort of hunched over like this, which seems to be his mode of mobility.
Oh, okay. So I am out of reach.
Currently, yes. If it were to sort of stand up on its hind legs, you'd imagine maybe about 20 feet tall.
He's preoccupied at the moment, though.
Indeed.
So I am going to cadoodle with a dash.
All right. So you drop down 15 feet. Like we've ruled before, you can make an acrobatics check to reduce any fall damage.
Whoa.
Okay, so you take the full.
Bad news bears.
It's 1d6 per 10 feet, isn't it?
The roll is a little too enthusiastic.
Okay, so
2 entire damage.
you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Well, the biggest issue is if you take fall damage, you fall prone.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
now he's
the
prone.
issue.
You are.
Yeah, so I just
prone
landed
right
like
yeah.
on a knee. Well, I got where I needed to. That's the important part.
You watch as Briar kind of sees you land with this look of alarm on her face, and she seems to be conjuring something in her hand, some sort of reddish energy, just ready in case you get closer to her.
Just mutters under his breath. Damn my soft heart. And I'm going to bonus action deactivate the Sunblade and just say to her, your sister will be here soon. You need to talk and call off your men. I find as a trained soldier, she's not going to hurt them if they do.
Okay. I'd like you to make me a persuasion check.
Why does it collapse the skill menu every time I close it? It's very irritating. So just a straight persuasion?
Yep, straight persuasion check.
Hit.
Alright, we'll see how that goes.
See how that goes, and that's my bonus, that's my move, and that's my action.
Gotcha.
Whoppa.
Soyun.
Oh, I should probably hit the button to deactivate
Oh.
mechanically.
There we go. What you doing, Soyun?
I'm hustling.
I'm all of a
Puzzling because
befuddlement.
Deshar is currently an idiot, and Liska is, I don't want to say getting gang banged on all sides, but
Worst
It's
way
a
to put that.
prioritized
She's definitely being accosted, but not to a huge effect.
Yeah. Also, I don't think you realize Liska's dumb yet. Just woke up and that's it.
Excuse me.
Hey, you don't
Yeah.
have to say anything mean about Liska. She's
No,
really
Liska.
smart for her
Dejar,
age.
my
I think you
brain.
mean Dejar. I don't
Dejar.
think you
I meant
realize this
Dejar.
was dumb.
I mean, Liska's dumb, but about as dumb as Vellum. So.
Like, Tim,
What are you
please,
talking
really
about?
think,
She's a
man.
tactical
Jeez.
genius.
Yeah.
Yes, but I do not know much math.
Math is hard.
I
I know
also-
how to subtract.
I also do want to, like, ask if it's possible. I realized that I already maneuvered to resist damage, but I realized I already had resistance to both of those damage types because I'm raging and I took potion. So can I?
So it's not even physically possible to apply.
yeah.
Mm.
Can
She
I,
can't stack resistance.
Can I roll that back? Take the resource back? I mean, it was a crit anyway, so it would have.
I mean,
like, I did it knowing I could.
It's not been too far into the round. I'll allow it. Just remember that next time.
I'm
Did the
gonna
resistance stack on top of the resistance and do anything?
No,
Resistances don't stack.
You either have
Yeah,
resistance or you don't.
That's kind of my point. It wouldn't have been able to activate, so I think
Alright,
it's
I'm gonna move
kinda
up
fair.
here, so I'm besides Deshar.
Yeah. Just also, just for the note for the recording here, we experienced a bit of confusion last session, and we thought Dejar hadn't utilised her Thread of Fate to ward off the effects of Briar's Feebleman spell, but kind of looking back in the recordings, we found out that no, she wouldn't have had that thread to save her from the spell's effects. So going forward, we'll be keeping that in mind.
Basically, the
Used
snake's
it
the
on that
natural snake now.
perception check for that first druidic stone, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm just gonna move my turret to the side here so I'm not accidentally giving myself cover. Could you move my turret
Yeah, I
to
can
the
do that.
side here.
Stop follow target. There we go.
Yeah. I'm gonna first force ballista and then afterwards
Oh,
firebolt.
that hits.
Hey.
And shoves the Nightmare Warden closer to Liska.
Yeah. My food's here for a moment, so
Okay.
Is your turn done?
Oh.
I'm going to
turn
assume
done?
that the turn is done.
Yeah.
Is that another Welsh word? Are you teaching us other
Turn is done.
No.
Kazakhstan?
I'm
No.
away for 5 seconds and you guys are talking about insults. Anyway. Yeet yeet skeet. Set fire to the feet.
Oh, all right. 16 misses, unfortunately. The creature, it seems to be far too quick. It moves to the side as it swipes against Liska. Just enough for you to sort of scorch part of the large tree roots that hang over this entire place like an umbrella.
Well, at least Fireball is one of those I'd like to remind you. It has the little line at the end a flammable object hit by this spell ignites.
Indeed.
If it's worn
And
or
you can
carried.
see part of the tree roots are starting to catch a bit. You can see where the roots seem to flex and undulate in response to the fire, almost trying to snuff it and squeeze it out.
Well, for now, I'm just gonna try and, I guess, wrangle Dejar in.
Okay.
Mostly keeping her like focused and steady.
Gotcha. Is that your turn?
Action, bonus action.
You got
I
your
have
move.
a reaction, but I'm saving that. So that is all.
Okay. This guy.
Fuck him up.
Right. I'm gonna attack the big guy. Yeah, should be able to just do this, right?
Oh, come on. Oh, it's a bit quicker.
It was instant last time. What happened?
I don't know.
I'm the one doing it.
That's weird because I did test this.
Yeah, we both tested this. But at least it's not taking ages like last time.
You're not counting for the leg. He pressed it all the way over here in America, and it's got to go back to the British people. I mean, you know,
Yeah, probably.
you tested it together. You didn't have that same kind of input delay.
Yeah.
Long way to walk.
Yeah.
Let's see. So they're retreating for now. Oh wait. Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, wait, when was Etheria the one behind? Nope,
No,
no,
she.
Etheria.
You see this this shadow just dart overhead.
Ah, an enemy flanking.
Oh yeah, because Etheria is literally above.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other mobs.
She's way up.
Yeah. So that's 1, 2. Does she carry those? I think. So I mean, she already did an attack, so she's gonna just keep schmacking.
Give him a schmack.
Can't see how people are looking anymore, which is kind of a bummer. But
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, nice.
Funky. You and them crits.
then
25 points of bludgeoning damage straight to the face of the Nightmare Warden. Crack! You see part of the skull fractures off to one side.
magical blood.
Indeed.
And then the last one she's going to do is, since Etheria is in the way,
Oh, I can go ahead and just drag a theory out there.
Liska is going to do just a quick little.
Oh, let me go ahead and update that for you.
I will, for now, just do.
It's going to try and do an athletics. Ooh,
So it gets cheaped. And then. Oh, hey, it does the alt targeting works now, where you can just target one.
yep.
Um,
I got ahead and fix that.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Let's see. I can't remember if this motherfucker. No, because I never attacked, so it doesn't matter. And then as a bonus action, she gonna do. Sorry, I guess I should clarify. That last shove, was Liska's last attack being used as a shove. She still has her bonus action.
Right.
So she is going to attempt to knock the warden prone.
Okay. It's going to. Let's try athletics.
No, is the answer. Just not gonna try anything.
Liska does a little, like, Superman jump, like Superman punch with her shield, and knocks his ass prone. She doesn't need to move, so
Right. Let me fix this up for Atlas real quick, because I do recall Aetheria hasn't taken any damage this far. I'm not sure why she's
Mostly dead.
Yeah.
Maybe you had someone. Maybe you accidentally had her selected when selecting a target dummy or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set myself to 98 because if I recall, not 99, I was like 1 hit point shy after using my hit die.
Gotcha. Okay.
Also, I don't recall having ever used any of my 3rd level spell slots, but I'm down, and I did not upcast because I only did the pass without a trace like twice.
Yep. That's
Can
fine.
I return that because I don't recall.
Oh, I've already done that.
Thank you. Sorry to interject there. It just
No worries.
during the week something
It's
happened.
important.
Yeah, it happens. So the bramble husk, or the bramble husks, doing what they do. A total of 4 thorn lash attacks on Liska.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, actually went through.
He crit.
Yeah. You are grappled by. Oh wait, hang on. If it's let me double check.
Too big to grapple.
If it's a medium or smaller creature, so no,
Aha.
you are not. You are not grappled or restrained. Let's see, because you are. You do.
Neck of the woods.
Yeah. And you do have your Potion of Rage up, so that does... you do have resistance to the bludgeoning, which... Okay. So that was the first attack. Second one. 19. Misses. Third attack. Misses. Also misses. Yeah, the Nightmare Guards are going to try and continue what they were doing, which that being getting the fuck away from you, Liska, and getting into the archway and into the barrow. So that they'd effectively be provoking from you. And they're, again, disengaging because they're trying to get away as quick as possible, and they're not quite fully savvy to what you're capable of.
They big dumb plant things.
Yeah. Quick.
Let me move that out of the way. Yep.
Beforehand, I can tell how kind of damaged they were. Like, I think
Gotcha.
This one was the one that's very hurt, right?
They both seem similarly hurt.
Okay. Well, then they're gonna similarly be bonked.
Okay.
So the first one might miss.
He's going to draw the spear, kind of parry the attack, and that should not have gone through because he adds his proficiency to his AC. Okay, so he deflected that with a reaction.
Nice.
And
so he gets to move.
He's gonna disappear into the barrow. This one's also going to do the same, and because you have your bloody Malith up, you get multiple reactions.
Yep.
A bonker.
This one's also going to try and parry with the shield this time. Which would bring his AC to 19. Okay, so that wouldn't hit. And he disappears into the barrow. That's going to be their turn. Using their actions to disengage, they don't get far, about 30 feet. You can just about see them disappear into the darkness.
Gotcha.
Dejar.
Well,
what is Dejar's current state? How does she look right now?
relatively haggard and pretty much breathing heavily, looking around. Her eyes are pretty. Her eyes would usually be like almost as big as dinner plates, but now they're just thin, very thin. And she's probably going to be doing probably gonna hide.
Okay. As a very animalistic Dejar slithers across the ground here, attempting to find somewhere to hide. Where does she hide?
How big is this area right here?
Or you might be able to just squeeze through.
Yep,
There's a sort of a barely a ledge or a lip there behind the wall.
That's where she's going.
Okay.
And she's gonna get to. Yeah, I think I should be rolling stealth at all.
Yeah. If you wanna hide as an action, you just break line of sight, duck behind the wall, and roll the stealth check. All right.
She's. That's all I can pretty much do at this point.
Okay.
Sneaky snack.
Dejar, are you all right? You hear from somewhere in the bushes off to your side.
The only thing she responds is with the thought.
What the? there's this.
I can't understand.
Yeah. Cannot understand any languages or speak them. Where would Vladimir go? This area is looking a bit clearer. So she's going to. Oh no, the warden's right there. You know what? Warden looks like the biggest target right now. She's going to take out her youth bow. Make an attack. Misses, unfortunately. That does reveal her position. Attack all grants attack, range weapon attack. Ah, right, because it's prone as well. She gets disadvantage. The hide gives her advantage, so it cancels out to a normal roll. But that does reveal her position. There is a look of confusion that comes across Briar's face as you sheathe your blade, Vellum. The light dims from it. And she slowly lowers her hands. She's going to ready something.
And I see what oh, magically, okay. Man, if only I knew Arcana.
She seems at bay right now. And then she looks towards the warden. Looks to see if any of her men are nearby. And she seems there's this sort of... You see in her face there is a reassurance that her men are safe. And for a moment she concentrates on the warden. The warden seems to look back, turns its head over towards Briar, looking over you, Liska. That's going to be Briar's turn.
I thought she prioritized the satyrs she was so upsetty about, but I'm fine with the big guy being delayed. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Reader, what you doing?
Let's see. What can I even do? Not a lot. Honestly. Let's see. No first level spell. No second level spell. Third level spell. Nothing really. Let's see. Enemies over there. Guess we're killing this nightmare warden.
Fireball.
If only. Nah, I don't have that shit. Let's see.
Hello. Turn into a horse and kick it.
Like, yeah, that'll help.
Grab his dick and twist it.
Does it have a dick, Tanner? Did you make this thing with a dick?
No.
I was gonna say. Let's see, what's the range of this again?
But she did.
Yeah. Exactly. I think this is... doesn't say a range. It should be... Oh no, there it is.
You are
60
you're
feet.
You are 40 feet away from it. Oh, there we go.
Access unauthorized. Please enter your APA key or sign into blah blah blah. Okay,
What?
I'll buy that out.
You need the launch codes.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay. Disadvantage on... Disadvantage on the next attack roll. On a failed save. Okay, so it's a save or suck thing. The warden itself seems to shrug off the cold. Its head kind of turns back. You see that fractured half of the face where Liska shattered away the bone. And it just emits this low, groaning, creaking growl. You watch as the rest of that cracked half of the face slowly seems to regenerate itself.
Did it not get hit with fire?
No, Sal missed.
Ah, okay.
Let's see. The Nightmare Warden wrenches its head back to Briar. There seems to be this strange, unspoken battle of wills. You can see the Warden's hands seem to twitch hungrily, attempting to resist the urge to launch into a series of attacks against Liska. And then slowly, the Warden seems to lower itself and slowly kind of backs away from Liska, healed, apparently.
H-E-E-L, not he, H-E-A-L.
Yes, H-E-E-L'd.
Brought to heal.
Brought to heal, yes. Do you hit it, Liska?
No, I cannot.
Okay. Slowly, you watch as the two other bramble husks behind Uliska seem to heal, or are brought to heal as well as they slowly back away.
Oh.
And there's a moment of tenseness that comes over the current battlefield, as it were. What do you all do?
I'm staying put. I ain't gonna risk anything until Etheria gets in here.
Farrell, this Dejara is just hiding right now. He has no idea what's going on.
Hissy bitch.
Sao is gonna move to just behind Rita, just look over at where the Shars should be, and just sort of ask Rita, do you think you could talk to animals with her? Because she seems very snake-like.
Well, I could try.
Not in the derogatory sense, but
Where is the jar?
right next to you. Sao is
Hiding in the
pointing
bush.
out. Literally.
I can't see it.
Whoops.
Yeah,
He hid too
I can't
well.
see it. Yeah, I can't see anything that's empty.
Deshar,
No,
what are you doing?
Eat the mouse.
I would recognize Rita as friendly, so the moment Rita would look over there, you just see a snake head just pop up slowly out of the shadows.
To be fair, you should be easily distinguishable because you're wearing a lot of.
Yeah,
boots.
Dejar's still wearing her opulent mage robes, so it's
Yep. Her face would pretty much be just. It would look feral, but she's just a big lip.
these vacant eyes stare back at you, reader. The occasional tongue flickers out. You've seen this many times, reader. This is clearly some sort of a bestial gaze. What do you do?
I mean, there's not really much I can do. I mean, I can try and I can try and speak to her with my animal speak, like Ducky suggested. Because that's not like an extra spell I have to do, right? It's just something I can do.
Is there anything in your features that says you can do that?
Is there a halfling thing that you usually do?
I mean, the speech of the woods, which beasts can understand your speech.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I don't think so. I could. Yeah, because like speak with animals is a first level spell, and I don't have those. Unless I use a Pearl of Power.
If you need time to think, we could do Etheria stuff.
Yeah, we could pan over to Etheria if you want.
Yeah, you do that.
All right. So, as Briar stands there holding her hands out, this crimson blackish energy wreathing her claws, and she's just stood there ready. What do you want? Why are you here?
Aetheria's just in full sprint now. Like, would she have arrived by this point? Can I see her?
What's Etheria doing?
She had just been running to get close.
Mm-hmm.
So she was full sprinting. 80 feet every 6 seconds.
Yep. Oh yeah, just sprinting, jumping from branch to branch.
So basically, by the time Briar asked that question, there she is.
Does Etheria come down to the ground floor, or is she lurking above?
Oh, I think I'm gonna be fucking a dramatic bitch.
Do it.
She is behind Liska and behind Vellum. So she's gonna be dramatic and suspenseful. And with that same little ocarina, just fish that from her side for a second and quickly do a slight few notes, something whimsical or the beginning from some very simple sort of village song. And look down at her, standing, not hiding, brightly colored. And even fuck it. Look at me. Whereas, it's hidden my bars. I don't have the drop-down bars to quickly select the things. Oops.
Sidebar should help. It's an adjustment.
It kind of does. There is definitely an adjustment to be done. But what I can do is do the... Fuck you, look at me.
Look at me, I'm fabulous.
Please describe this.
Unauthorized. I don't have an icon.
Fabulousness.
Yeah, unauthorized API key. You can't change it, and it reset
God.
my token to... Jenner, did you hide my various...
I mean, it should be visible. The different
Yeah, but
token
I
on
just
the...
have the blank hooded face.
Oh, for fuck!
I don't have the actual pink token.
It's
private game. I've been logged out.
That might be why.
That'll do it.
That would be why. Anyway, boys. So she, with that little bit of a flourish, as she grabs the little musical wooden instrument out and becomes this bright sort of springtime pink and green. She plays a few little notes, and as she stands up tall as she is, which is not very, looks down upon her sister. And up high in a place that's not really all too easy to see, looks at her, and for a moment lifts her little mask of Otrig to reveal her face. It's at a distance, so fine details may be hard to see if she's not very perceptive. But the bright, sort of almost vermilion pink and red eyes probably cut through very strongly.
You see her emotions flood her face as she looks up and hears that familiar song. A song that's been alien to her for so many years. There's confusion, disbelief, a flicker of something softer. Immediately, the red energy from her claws and her hands fades. The grip on her staff loosens, her stance wavering as her mind races. And with your perception, you're just barely able to hear her voice crack. Are you real? Her voice is raw, uncertain, as though the answer might either save her or break her entirely.
She will look about, find a branch, a means, something to lean over, anything to be a bit closer. I am very real, sister. I am as real as the years, the decades that have passed. I am as real and as hurt as all of this. As she gestures around. When you left, I went back home to find you. Only to find this. Where did you go? Why did you go?
You see her. She blinks. Marina blinks. Her eyes misting over as her breath catches. She's unsure of what to make of all of this. This vision so far away, so far up in the trees. It could be she's thinking that it's an illusion, or that you're not real, or this is all some kind of ploy. You can see that confusion is overtaking her. She takes a step back. You watch her sort of grasp her staff again, just holding onto something that is real right now.
Let's see. What could I do? Before I continue, does anyone else want to do something? I don't want to monopolize the entire scene.
It's kind of limelights on you, buddy.
Yeah,
This is a very
kind
important
of a
moment.
serious scene.
This is your
Yeah.
moment.
Go for it.
And I'm scared to even move, so
I
don't
can't
want to
do
fuck
anything,
this
so
up.
go for it.
And I'm making a ritual.
This is your moment. Revel in it.
She will reach around her neck and pull at something to loosen a cordage. And this sort of dark, black, and sort of deep, brownish red, carefully carved piece of ebonwood. Underhanded. She'll shout out, "Look!" Hold it and gently toss it over onto the ground, a little bit in front of her on the soil.
She immediately steps back at the sudden movement. And you see her take a momentary step forward. A second step forward. She leans
She
down.
continues to stand tall, keeps her hands apart so she's not holding anything, trying to be disarming.
She leans down and picks it up. And you see that welling in her eyes. A single tear rolls down her cheek. And there's this look of recognition. She looks up. Come down. Please.
She just nods and begins descending the branches. She'll approach, her hands still sort of up and out to the side. Steady, slow steps. Loud hooves clacking against the ground as she draws near.
Marina takes a step forward. The staff slips from her hand, forgotten. One trembling hand lifts, outstretched as though the very air between you might dissolve this fragile image before her. And her fingertips brush your cheek. Hesitant
Her
at
opposite
first.
hand slowly goes to mirror.
Her touch is as gentle as though fearing you might vanish. But that warmth of your skin confirms what she dared not believe. And tears just start spilling freely down her pale cheeks as that last barrier of disbelief crumbles. And with a broken sob, she collapses into you.
I seize her for a hug.
Her arms wrapping around your frame as if anchoring herself to reality. And a silent, shuddering breath escapes her. And you can feel her shoulders quake as she buries her face against you. Things changed when I left. I changed.
Oh. She too begins to cry. Soft, quivering little voice. Everything changed. The village was gone. What was left was not right. Things won.
I didn't want to leave, Navari. I didn't belong in that place anymore, with their rules and their judgment. I thought I could fix things if I went back to the Vale. I thought I could make things better for both of us. But you were better off there. Safe, doing what they wanted. I couldn't drag you into my mess.
Marina, we are family. It is not a mess. It's our shared burden. We are all that's left. Let us cherish it. I spent days in that old home, reliving those years and those memories with you, in a hollow, cold place. I came for you. I waited. I have been searching for you since. I don't care if there is a burden. It is what family's for. Even if it is two. And she looks to the grove. Or three. Family is family. It is our burden to share and lift each other. You would not drag me in. Why do you think I spent so many years there? In that awful cold place? The place that chokes you of who you are. I did not love that. I hate it every moment. But it's the only way I could have some place to be with you.
I left because I didn't belong in the dream anymore. I couldn't pretend to be the perfect little satyr they wanted me to be. You shone in their light. I didn't want to drag you into my shadow. I went back to the Vale. I tried to rebuild, to bring people together. People like me, who didn't fit into their perfect little mold. We tried to make something new. Something better. And her voice falters. She glances at you with her haunted eyes. Things didn't go the way I had planned. The nightmare was already there, waiting.
Sister. You don't have to be perfect in their eyes. And she brushes a lock of her hair away from hers. You have always been perfect in mine. Not for what you do, and who you serve, but for who you are.
There's this moment of thought. Oh, hang on, I've lost my place here.
We'll sort of... Oh, or if you got something, you can go for it.
You saw what happened to the village.
I did. I saw what was left.
But you weren't there, were you, when it happened?
No. No, I wasn't.
You didn't see what it was like. The fear, the desperation. Our people were already broken, already tearing themselves apart.
It was a dark time.
It was
Much to lose.
You know, it wasn't the nightmare that destroyed the village. It revealed what was already there, sister. It showed us the truth. I tried to fit in. I really did. But when the village turned on me, when they attacked me, and the others like me who didn't fit in, I couldn't let them kill us.
Part of growing older is understanding that a little bit of innocence has to die. Of your own. You can protect the next generation. She sort of gestures towards her staff, and then back to her own bow. We will do what must be done for what we feel is right. Protect those that we care about. That doesn't make you a bad person, or for being different, not fitting in. I didn't like that place. I didn't like the rules. I didn't like the beatings. The silence. It wasn't cold in snow, it was cold in heart. But when your life is at risk, becoming something worse. As she looks around the corrupted grove, desperation, the need to survive can twist those.
She takes a step back. What do you mean? This, and she gestures around to her surroundings, her staff. This gave me the strength to protect myself. To protect ourselves. To protect ours who are cast out just like me. Yes, it changes things. But it doesn't destroy. Not unless it has to.
Sister. Being cast from one place doesn't mean you're lost to all. It doesn't mean that you have to change who you are. You can find a place where you belong without having to mold yourself to fit in. You're doing here what I did there. Neither one of us are who we were.
I've made my choice here, sister. This place, these people, they need me. I can't just leave them behind.
They don't have to go behind. You don't have to be separated from a dream either. You don't have to live in a nightmare.
To the dream?
You don't have to change.
To a dream where people like me don't belong.
You
Right.
do belong. Maybe one place did not like you. They didn't like me. But there's others. One angry village is not the world. Look at where you are.
One
Look at how far you've come.
One angry village was our home village, sister. They attacked me. and my kin. The nightmare gave me the strength to protect myself. You think I wanted this? That I wanted to see everything we grew up with turn to ash? I did what I had to do, Lavari. For them. For us. If I hadn't, I wouldn't be here to answer your questions now, to speak with you. The nightmare saved me when no one else would.
Did it save you so you could save it? It is true. My sister, I failed you. I'm sorry. I've worked hard. I've done my best. Become someone more than I was then. Someone who could help you now. And we can. There are wardens, healers. She gestures to the motifs of her bracers. Friends. A place where you can belong true to who you are without having to change. A place that can heal old wounds. Yes, they leave scars, but the aching can cease. Nothing will ever make it go away, and I don't want it to. I just want you to come home and find a place where you can be happy and have your own dream instead of fulfilling something else's.
Even if I wanted to, do you really think the rest of the conclaves would accept me? They never accepted me before. What makes you think they'll accept me now? I've found something here, Lavari. A place where I can be myself. Where I'm not a failure. Not a mistake. No. I can't leave that behind.
Rena, you are no failure. It was Morven that failed you. You don't have to leave these people behind. They don't have to be left behind in the nightmare and the shadow either. You don't have to leave your family. Turn home. Not to that icy village, but home. To our lands. She gestures to the pink flowers that are blooming on her suit. There's a place where you can be who you are. And you don't have to go alone. And if they don't accept you, I will.
I'd like you to make me a persuasion check.
I am not great at these. I have no inspirations. I have never gotten the thing, so here is a raw persuasion. Are you guys ready for negative charisma?
Praise to Walsham.
Inshallah.
Ah. Does anyone have an inspiration?
I mean, you would still have yours if you wanted to give it.
No,
I
I used mine. It was decided.
I think that's really what can happen.
Maybe it'll take more than just a moment of words. Maybe it'll
Yep.
take time.
Yep. It's fitting.
She turns away for a moment, kind of looks up towards the tree. You know, the nightmare saw me for who I really was. She turns back over her shoulder. The dream doesn't do that, Lavari. It blinds you with illusions of what you want to be, what you think you should be. But the nightmare, it saw my pain, my anger, my rejection. It didn't turn away. It embraced me, gave me the strength I had when I had none, purpose when I was lost. The nightmare doesn't lie to you. It doesn't pretend you're perfect. It shows you the cracks, the flaws, and it tells you to use them. Perhaps it didn't choose me. Perhaps it did. Maybe I chose it. Because I was tired of being something I'm not. What's Etheria's passive insight?
Let's see. Her passive insight is 13.
Okay. Considering she's your sister, you know what tells to look for. The most you needed was a 10 here.
Mm-hmm.
You can sense there is some lingering doubt on her mind. Something in the back of her head which is eating at her.
Are you so sure? Not just in that, but in everything? I know that look. The way you turn. How your eyes go far when you're lost in thought, searching for an answer that you can't find here. Truly. Is that what you believe? Or is it what you want to believe? Because it is easier. There's... there has to be more, sister.
Belief. It's a dream thing, isn't it? The nightmare doesn't deal in dreams and belief. It deals in purpose. I have purpose here, Lavari. That has to be enough. This place, it's mine, it's safe. It's a home for those of our kind who don't have one. That has to be enough. True, it wasn't just my own hands that created it. It wasn't our
No one
hands.
builds anything alone. She kind of looked to her, seeing she had something more to say.
And she just said, it wasn't just our hands.
Then who? Who could do all of this if not you?
My court wasn't the only party in creating this in our home.
She'll give her a look. Was she the other one with... And she does a gesture to her hair to indicate the other woman that was with her earlier.
There is an immediate look of reservation on her face as you mention this other woman. What do you mean?
I did not know who she was to you, is all. I was merely extending an invitation of acceptance. If you do not wish to say, I will not force you.
Her eye is going to flicker over towards you. There's this immediate sort of tenseness in her shoulders. And then this immediate sort of lowering of the guard in the presence of family. Arla. She is a dear friend of mine. But no, I don't speak of Arla.
Very well. Sister, I will let you do what you feel is right. But as someone who has been away from any tribe for so long, would you be upset if I shared what I've learned? Would you be unwilling to listen to me for a moment?
There is another tenseness in the shoulders. Her guard comes back up. But she doesn't say anything. While she doesn't say anything, one of her long ears flickers like a deer's in your direction. She's still facing away from you.
She'll face away as well and look to the distance, speaking softly. I found that some only look towards the sun. They see the light and the warmth, the joy of the flower that could bloom. And others are lost underneath the moonlight. They see its gentle glow and the stillness of everything that is not allowed to come out during the day. There's a certain beauty that you can find when you see that twilight, when you find the moments that are between, where the worlds blend, where you see the reality of both worlds. I've come to understand that in the darkness there can be a bit of sun. And just as the light begins to wane away, a gentle blue, sad one comes to shine in its stead. There's nothing wrong with seeing both and with being both. And sometimes you can have goals and dreams that may not fit either one. But in that space you can be you. That This is my view. If you choose to be different, I will accept it. But to serve and to live just to have a purpose for another, to forsake your own life and your own home for someone who may not care for you in a cold and distant place, but you're little more than a tool. That's not living, sister. That's why I'm here, not there.
At that moment, at that mention of serving someone whom one might not necessarily trust, her head tilts just slightly, enough that you notice that line has resonated with her.
Sister, if you wish to do this, I cannot stop you. And I do not want to stop you from finding you and making your own joy. I just don't want to see you be used by others and deceived. Even if it's not someone, but something. If you find joy in serving, so be it. But for my heart, make a moment each day to serve yourself, to find that you can have your own purpose beyond what some master of a conclave tells you. You did it once. You broke free from that cold place, and you looked for your own purpose. If you think your purpose is to serve here instead, so be it. But I will tell you this with love. For those that you care of, please flee this place. Take your family with you. It has been noticed by something greater and far more, and it will not stop. Not until someone who crossed a great being follows their word instead of lying and deceiving them. And they will not rest. So if you truly care, take those that are the sun to your moon. Find any place you wish to be home. But this one has trespassed somewhere and has been seen. And it is not a safe place to be.
Is that
I
why?
beg you to flee.
As you notice, with your insane passive perception, as she's been listening to this, just over her shoulder, you can see she's pulled out from the folds of her cloak some sort of small wicker container, about hand-sized, fits in her palm, and she's sort of just peeking underneath the lid of it. You notice there's an unfinished small piece of embroidery. You see what looks like, if I can find my notes here, it's an unfinished image of a satyr. The outline of a youthful figure, slowly sort of that's been slowly emerging from the fabric as it's probably been worked on. The beginnings of an adolescent female satyr, her pastel pink hair flowing freely, her features innocent and bright. She's depicted frolicking in the woods with a crowned wreath of leaves and flowers about her head. And she says, "Is that why you brought mercenaries here to attack them?"
Not all you know. He is a tricky one. I am tricky too. It was my excuse. My reason to come find you. They seek someone who has done wrong by the one who rules this land. I cannot say.
Why can you not say, Lavari?
It is Nazara. She has lied and twisted and stolen power from a god. And now that the god has been betrayed, wants it back. From her. Not you and all of them, but the power from her. This is why I say you can grab those you love and flee. Find a home. This person, she's guiding you down a dark path and putting you in great peril just by being near. And I know no place is truly safe. In a dream or a nightmare.
I brought her into this, Lavari. I brought her into this. She wasn't... Her eyes flicker to the rest of the group. I would speak to you privately.
Very well. I will return shortly. As she calls back to the others. Lead.
The rest of you, you watch the massive Nightmare Warden as the two of as Etheria and Briar have been talking to each other. The massive Nightmare Warden slowly recesses its way back up towards the trunk of the tree. Unless anyone wants to do anything.
The only thing is Vellum's going to give a small nod to Etheria. If there's any trouble, call.
If there is any trouble, I will just leave. And I will come back
sit
to
and
you.
start tending to his wounds.
Alright.
I'll say when the Nightmare Warden, like, when all this was said, like, happening.
Yep.
By the way, Jenner, there's something up with your item compendium. Can't look up shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And also the aid buff has fallen off of the respective people.
Right, okay. I'll fix that in a bit. Sorry.
It's all good. I think so. Like while all this was happening, and like so, these little bramble guys sat back and
Yep, you can see
Liska,
they just sort of stood there eerily swaying.
yeah, Liska's going to when the talking was happening, and it seemed like there was a lull in combat. Liska got like back within striking distance of the warden like just still kind of at the ready, staring down the warden while all this was happening. I'm pretty sure enough time has passed that some of her potions have fallen off, but I'll say when it tries to kind of, when Etheria and Briar, whatever her name is now, start kind of walking away, and the warden looks like it's about to go up to the tree, Liska's going to just like lift up her weapon to kind of like motion to it like, nah, like you stay.
Oh, okay, okay. I'd like you to make me an intimidation check.
Okay. Okay.
All right. The warden kind of clings to the top of the archway for now.
Yeah.
And it's just perched. It's sort of its long root-like arms just sort of flexing as if preparing, just readying itself for any sudden movements.
I don't know where can can Liska, can she smack it from where it is right now? Because that archway is like what, 20 feet tall?
Yes, 20 feet from where you are up. It's it is up 20 feet.
Okay. Can she have done this like when it first started moving, like it was going to climb on the archway?
Okay.
So like it remains down, like she's okay with it, just like it puts a hand up like it's about to climb up the archway, and then that's when she goes like, nope. Like you stay and stuff like that. But it's very much a
Mexican
standoff.
Yeah, tense air.
Yeah.
You gather between the creatures you've encountered so far, there is a sort of degree of with your tactical mind sort of looking at this, there is almost some degree of not quite sentience but independence from what you could imagine Briar has some sort of control over it. Maybe not quite enough control. It's difficult to say.
Yeah. I got you. I understand that there's some basic intelligence, but Briar can't control.
All right. Do you want to pan over to anyone else very briefly before we move on to Etheria and Briar's scene?
Is there anything
Anyone need
Rita,
to
Dejar,
do
and
anything?
Sal want to do?
Yeah, I was about to say their
just had a
ritual
big-
might be done by now.
Yeah, most likely.
Right.
This feels like it's been a
Yeah.
talking session that's been longer than 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's been a good solid few moments, allowing you to fully complete your ritual of speak with animals. Now, this gives you the ability to communicate with beasts. Dejar is not a beast per se. She is a humanoid.
Come on, Janner. Like, that's such a... like...
I'll tell you what. Just go ahead and just roll me a spellcasting check.
Okay. How would one do that?
It's just a simple wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Okay. Ability check, I guess.
Yep, just a simple wisdom check. 10. Okay. It is very difficult to sense any form of language from Dejar. Best you can tell, best you can feel with like a 10. You sense certain emotions. You get this. You get the basest of the basest contexts of what Deja's probably feeling right now. So you don't even be able to really communicate through emotions right now.
Yeah, well, I think he's feeling this fear and trying to stay safe. He's kind of just looking at you like not really, not as like an individual, but more of a hard to describe it. Someone that's been a friend to her, but she just understands to protect. Only thing she can understand is that's it. He just stares vacantly at you.
How does Rita react? What does Rita do?
Long rest and I could probably swallow this. Great restoration. Let's see here. Well, guess I'm gonna try and talk to her. I can't really do much else. Dion? Are you still there?
She just tilts her head.
Well, we're just gonna turn to Sal. It looks like nobody's home. She's, she's there. She's physically there. Just seems like, she just kind of seems more like a pet snake. She hasn't killed me yet, so I assume she's friendly still.
Well, I can only wager that whatever spell hit her has reduced her intelligence.
Presumably. I assume I assume you guys don't have any potions or anything that'll restore her intelligence? Or increase it somehow?
I have my headband, but I doubt that is the only effect the spell had on her, reducing her down to, well, there's serpentine.
Is it it's a magical item, yes?
This one? Yes.
Do you require to attune to it?
It does need attunement for its full effect.
Then I believe it won't help, because I don't think she can concentrate on anything right now.
Pretty sure she is all on instincts right now.
I just hope she
Only
won't start
Angus was
eating.
here.
I just hope she won't start eating rats. I doubt she would like that when she wakes up.
I have no idea about Naga cuisines, but
Well, she seems to have eaten what we eat, so. Well, who's this Angus you talked about?
he's a cleric. He would usually know a spell or something that could help restore her.
I could tomorrow I could see if I could restore her. I do know of a spell like that.
If possible, that would be very ideal.
Mm-hmm. Can't do it today, but it'll have to do tomorrow.
I do hope Angus is okay.
Where is he?
Remind me again, where is Angus?
Angus is in the Gonzalan temple, having the time of his fucking life.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He is back in the necropolis.
I believe he's still back at the necropolis before we left. I just hope he's not gotten into trouble.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not sure what spell was put on her, but
If you want, you could make either an Arcana or a Nature check.
sure. I think you know what kind of check I'd make. I'm gonna make a nature check.
23.
It was a nat 20.
Christ. You have heard of this spell. You're not quite the most. You're not the most academically educated, but you've certainly read a few fictional novels in your time. Wallowing your days around the homestead. You've had quite a few collections of fiction novels, just to while away the hours. One spell that came that was often written about in an epic novella about a man who travelled across the various conclaves of the Satyr Groves. One spell comes to mind called Feeble Mind, a spell which turns one into, which reduces one to animalistic, a sort of bestial nature, unable to manifest the arcane or conjure divine spells or even primal spells as you wield. The symptoms here match very well to that.
Would I have an idea of how long this spell would last?
With a 23, yes, you would. It lasts a good while. At least, they would get a chance to attempt to resist the effects of it at the end of every month per se. But there are certain spells which can completely rid people of it. Spells that you would know. One of them being Greater Restoration. Heal could be another one. With a 23, that's about it, as far as you know.
Alright, I'm probably gonna do Greater Restoration. I can do Heal, but this feels a little overkill to use a 6th level spell when I can use a... what is Greater Restoration? It's a 4th? No.
No, it's 6. Pretty sure.
6th.
Either 6th or 5th.
Yeah, 5th. There it is.
Yeah, Greater Restoration is 5th. Heal is
6th.
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 Your heal is beefy.
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
Half Aliska.
Yeah, it's like half a Liska.
So a choice.
So,
what do you want to do?
Well, I think we can't really do much for her now. I have to wait till tomorrow to be able to use that spell. I think, yeah, unless you guys have anything that could help her immediately, I think there's not much we could do. We just keep her safe, keep her away from any other snakes, and make sure she doesn't eat anything she'll regret when she wakes up.
I'll try and take care of her as much as I can.
You would know her best. I don't really know her too well. To be fair, I've only met one or two Nagas in my life.
More or less the same for me, but
All right. Should we pan over to Willem and Liska, or do you want to pan over to Briar and
Why don't we
Etheria?
give Willem and Liska?
Sure. I also just realized that doing what I did negates the. Yeah, because italics are that. So I'll just say what she was going to say were the earring. What a perfect way for that to cut off. So yeah, Liska's sitting there staring down the warden, and her and Valen were kind of muttering to each other, and then her ear flicks and the earring comes in. And she's going to say over the earring, I think we need to heal up as best we can and prepare for this suddenly going sideways. Did anyone notice anything in combat that might give us a advantage facing these creatures? I noticed that the Briar men, if you were within a certain distance, it damages you when you strike them.
Yeah, it hurts like shit. I know they don't, they're undead. I know that much.
fire seems to have a good effect on them.
Does it?
It does something, and they're partially made of wood by what I can see, so yes.
I think I still want them regrowing.
It's like Liska is going to very quickly think back through her inventory.
As
Be like,
Liska scrolls through her inventory to
Yeah,
grab the
yeah,
perfect
yeah.
weapon.
Work currently because all
like-
the items don't exist technically.
It's like flame weapons, flame weapons, flame weapons. Give me a second.
While Laven's looking, I do have a question, Janner. Did
Yeah.
the Thorny boys go with them, or are they not left yet? What's the dealio?
They've not left. They are keeping. They are. It's difficult to say if they're keeping a watch, but they're standing by, just sort of turned towards Liska. They backed off for the meantime, but just sort of eerily swaying to and fro.
Because they haven't followed along with
No.
Etheria and Briar.
Okay.
I don't like her going off by herself, but someone being there isn't gonna help. Just gonna hurt.
Not to be a pushy button, but we have no idea how far deep into the entrance and further in they've gone by now, so
Oh no, they've gone off to the side. They haven't gone into the.
oh no, I'm not
Barrow.
talking about those. I'm talking
okay.
about, so wherever Etheria is, and presumably the other one, should they make the call? They might be able to defuse the situation somewhat.
That's a hope, but Etheria's lousy at talking.
That is true.
Nobody's lousy at talking when it comes to family, especially sisters.
Well, that's what I'm banking on. Anyway, everyone get patched up if you can. How's Dejal looking? She Really went in deep there.
The Shar is dumb as a snake.
Well, that's a little insensitive.
No, I'm quite serious. She's acting on instincts. She is not there.
She got it with some magic, didn't she?
Yep.
Fuck, I'm gonna... All the more reason I'm hoping this is going well then, because, may have to try and convince that lady to fix whatever she did. If she even can.
Well, I can fix her tomorrow after I've had a rest and switch out some of
Rita
my
might have
abilities.
something to fix her up, but we need time and rest. And
Two
currently
things we
the-
don't have.
And currently the Shar is, well, she is slithering on the ground on her stomach. She is, for lack of a better term, an actual serpentine now.
I hope you don't have any pet hamsters.
We'll just keep us safe as
We'll
much as we
try.
can. But we may have to plan around not having a magic on hand.
Mm.
All right. So as you pan back over to Etheria and Briar,
Yes.
Briar's gaze drifts towards the faint glow of the roots weaving through the grove. Her voice softening as though confessing a guarded truth that you already know by now. All I ever wanted was a place for us. A home where we could live without judgment, without fear. This tree. It was the answer Nizara offered. She said it could give us that sanctuary. A place we could defend, a place that would sustain us.
She nods and she thinks.
We have an arrangement.
That is quite the benefit to you.
Yes. My court tends the tree. Nizara feeds it. That's the arrangement, sister. Without her, we wouldn't have made it this far.
What does she gain from it?
Well, her magic sustains the blooms, and the blooms sustain us. They keep our suppliers interested. They give us what we need to grow stronger. It's a balance, a fragile one, yes, but it works.
So you tend to the tree, and she grows it with her magics.
Yes.
And then the tree sustains you to tend to it.
Yes. Nizara, she's not one of us. She brought us the tree, but it's hers as much as it is ours.
Nothing's truly built alone.
And there's a moment where you can see she's thinking back to what you just said earlier.
About the serving?
She says, I suppose there are nights when I wonder if we're the ones tending it or if we're just feeding her ambitions.
I cannot say for certain. But what I can say is one of the things that I do and have done all these years is I help a warden. And what we do is we look for villages like our own on the cusp of corruption. For those who want help, I come offer a hand. Sometimes that's with force. Sometimes that's just by being present. If you do not want help, I will not force you to. But what I have seen time and time again is that someone is hurt, and then a dark force comes and welcomes them and accepts them for their pain, their suffering, and all of their flaws. And just like that, no different than a wife stuck at home under the heavy hand of a husband. One girdled to the fist, the other clasping a flask of wine. Her only refuge is her prison. Maybe that is not you. Maybe you will be the one out of hundreds where it is true acceptance. But most are manipulation, and that is why I fear for you. I want the best, and I have not seen it in these circumstances. And I pray I am wrong, but I fear if I am not. You do not have to be defiant in a day. Just begin to pursue your own goals. You left once to pursue them. You saw that you did not have to be whipped, coerced, or bribed under Morven. You forged your own path, independent of the offerings and demands of others. This may be a different master, but it is one that can be equally as caked in the shadows. Do what you think is right for yourself, not what others tell you it is. And I will support you on those paths.
There is a long pregnant pause. She almost gazes wistfully at the tree. I want to believe this grove belongs to all of us. That it's the home we've dreamed of. But what happens when it grows? When the seed becomes a full nightmare tree? Will it still be ours? Or will it belong to her?
Will this land become like what happened to our first village? A true home? If it is her magic that grows it, that it listens to. Are you the gardener? Or are you the fertilizer? My sister, The reason you should worry of her, for all of her power and all of her promises, is she dared to steal the might and double-cross a living god here, Gonzalo. He's a shepherd of souls of sorts. Do you know of him?
I know of him, yes. Zara told me about him. He cast her out, you know. Left her by the wayside.
Mayhaps it's true. I have only heard his story. His side. Would you share hers with me?
It's come in bits and pieces. Those few moments when she's been vulnerable enough to share them with me. She was frustrated by her circle's lack of vision, their stagnant adherence to balance. As far as I know, that's why she was cast out.
To find this place, there was a series of circles. They were ancient standing stones of this grove long before we were here. Maybe from her time, maybe even prior. I wish you could have seen the artworks. The reverence for beauty and nature. The way things are, rather than how we wish to mold them to be. There was a harmony to it. And the way those green gems shone so brightly, even after an aeon of moss. I cannot judge the value of a coin by just one face alone. From what I heard, from when I met this Gonzalo, she struck a pact with him, a great deal. In return for service on a task, she would receive his blessings and his aids. And then she betrayed him. She did not keep her word, and tried as he might have, over time, to establish contact again, to have her see through what she promised and showed.
Oh.
And now the ferryman. Oh.
Oh, there you go. Continue. You just cut out there for a moment.
Oh. Maybe it was no gate. I was just saying. Prior to his might, never resumed contact, and now the ferryman had come for his toll. Betrayed for too long. That's why others are here. It was merely my vessel to find this place, hoping to find you. And if we are all to fall underneath her might, it will not be the end. There are those stronger that could be sent, or he comes himself. He has these vicious beasts of balance. They are as wolves, the heads of men, stripped of flesh, that feed on fear and hurt and pain, and rend you from this very being. And then you are his, in his domain. Despite that horror, despite his mischief, he is fair. And I worry for all those near her. Because if she's willing to lie and trick a god of trickery, then how are we to hold a chance to see what is true? Why are we worth being honest to?
I will not lie. These are thoughts that have been pressing upon me for a while. I don't know what Nazara's endgame is. Maybe she really is doing all of this for us, for something greater than herself. Maybe we're just pawns in her plan, but she looks at that tree with a sense of doubt. But if this tree can give us a place to call home, a place where we can finally belong, I have to take that chance. At least I'd like to think that.
I don't blame you. I've been taking chances looking for you to find what's left of my home. Not the buildings, but the souls within it. She kind of lays a hand across her own chest. My sister, if you could build a tree without needing to be dependent on her, without it having to be in the nightmare, apart from the dream, but with the choice of yours if you choose, would you make one on your own if you had the place to be accepted? The power? Not hers, but yours?
I would. Spirits know I would. But right now, as it stands, she is our best chance.
My dear sister. She will gently go to lay a hand softly on this tree. She'll close her eyes and try to feel, to see if there's any sort of similar sense that she would get with those great central trees of groves. Does it have that same sort of resonance, that sort of connection that they sort of have? Has it not yet been established as part of that?
So you're trying to sense if she might have any connection to the dream.
Yes, or if this tree at some point did. If there's anything natural connected left to it.
Okay, I'd like you to make me a nature check.
Yes. As I tap into this, would I be able to guidance myself for it? Since I'm initiating this?
Sure.
And so she doesn't see me do magic or worry. She'll just say, I wish to feel what you feel. And look to the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of hand gently on it. May I?
She kind of flinches away for a moment, almost instinctually, and then relents and allows you to do so.
Guidance myself. And I will nature. $14.
Okay, 14, not bad. As you sense that connection between the tree and her. You begin to hear These very, very faint whispers that have been on your periphery this entire time, staved away at bay. And you get the sense they've been lingering there for probably decades, only put at bay now because of your presence that grounds her to this space. You sense a tiny fragment of a connection to the dream itself. Clouds of darkness, almost choking out that small mote of light in the shadows. A glimmer, a small, isolated, lonely seed of the dream's connection here in this grove.
A single little seed. Can I do something kind of cheeky?
Mm-hmm.
A little creative thing. As my hand is on this tree and I'm feeling that last tiny little bit of moat. That last connection to a dream, that last natural bit. Can I druidcraft? Can I try and envision that little seed and make a little normal flower bloom
Okay.
off of this bark?
I will say go ahead and roll me one more nature check.
Oh boy, here I go. Oh, that's lovely. That's about what I rolled before. I can't get above even a 10.
Yeah, bad rolls it seems. There is those whispers kind of pushing against you. You feel that connection deep, deep within the very earth itself as you weave a small a small druidic spell to pull forth renewed life from the roots of this tree. There is something there that is keeping it shut out, enclosed, imprisoned. And you sense those whispers again. These almost just the very catching at the very edges of your vision. The only reason you're able to hear it is because, satyrs themselves do have an innate connection to the dream, or, in this case, with Briar, or Marina, as you know her, the nightmare. Make me a perception check.
Maybe I can get above 10. There we go. Where was that for my spellcasting shit? Alright.
You can see how much you fucked up.
It's strange. You sense a voice resonating through the whispers in not Sylvan, but Druidic. It's almost as if the air around you is, or rather the roots themselves are exhaling them into the air around you. The voice is gentle, lilting, yet disturbingly hollow, echoing faintly through the twisted vines and thorny tendrils that writhe along the dirt-packed floor and cliff face. It's a voice that's not being directly addressed to you, but it's something you're catching a glint of, eavesdropping on almost. Purely thanks to your 24 perception. You hear, "Hush, my darling, hush. Mother's here. Can you feel it? Your roots spreading deep, your pulse reaching out, stronger with each beat. Soon you'll bloom, my sweetest. Soon, you'll devour this jungle. And they'll all see how beautiful you truly are. Not coming from any discernible direction, but carried on the rhythm of some sort of pulse. Beneath your feet. And that gentle crooning feels detached, almost disembodied, like it's woven into the fibres of the nightmare. And it brushes against your senses through your connection like a faint whisper in the back of your head.
I don't like that. So hungry. She makes it so hungry. To devour the entire jungle. To see its own beauty.
What?
She wants to eat the whole jungle.
What are
Do
you...
you hear the whispers too? Soft whispers at the edge of your ears, behind your mind. She gently runs her hand down the tree. Things that tell you what to feel, to think. In that soothing, chronic motherly voice.
Briar's ears flicker to one side and then the other. And it's purely through your connection that she begins to hear this. Zara.
That is not my voice. That is not my thoughts.
No, no, no.
Feel
I
the
wanted...
little light in the tree. Why
Yes.
is it so snuffed?
Well, that is how we were to turn this into a nightmare tree, our own isolated grove here in the corner of the jungle. I never wanted it to spread. No. That's not what we agreed to.
She pulls from underneath her suit the little packed talisman of Banzala. It is not what she agreed to with him. You would not be the first that she may have lied to. You likely would not be the last. My sister. There are terrible things happening. I know a place. I know her. She gestures over to her bow that is slung across her shoulder. And the gentle glow of emerald scales wrapped around the grip. Touch it. Feel. It is real. Truly, I know someone. She's kind. She was a safe place for me, away from the cult. She saw me without a mask and accepted me for it. She did not make me have to do her bidding. I felt grateful to simply have a place to be where I was asked for nothing. And she gives. She grows. And she heals. She's an Emerald Warden. And you could go to her. She would help you grow your own growth with your own power, not borrowed from someone else who is lying to you. This does not have to be your only chance. You do not have to be lied to. You do not even have to leave your court and your loved ones. It is never too late to try again. She kind of gestures over to her sleeve, where she had been hiding the drawing, the embroidery of the satyr child. If you could raise that child away from this place, instead in one solely of your own making, would you?
I'd like you to make me one more persuasion check.
I am unlikely to succeed here.
Not with that attitude. Praise Alsham, everybody.
Armada!
God, you have no
15.
proficiency either, right?
Is
No proficiency negative. I am autistic.
15 is still something.
It's pretty good for what you've
It's
not
better
got.
than an average 10.
Yep.
But things could be difficult.
there
No,
is-
However, my
bitches.
presence has been powerful, so maybe that's affecting the DC. I don't know.
Well, one can only hope.
there is another long pregnant pause from Briar. You're never going to give up on me, are you?
I'll never stop loving you either.
Single tear.
For all the hurt.
A single tear rolls
All
down
the
her
flaws.
cheek.
You do not have to change who you are to be accepted. You do not have to be useful. You do not have to serve a purpose. You simply are. And that is all that matters.
My sister. The night. The dream has forsaken me. But. Very well. I will take my family elsewhere. I did not agree to this. I did not want this. This, as she gestures around the grove, to spread further beyond its current boundaries, not to draw more attention than it already has. But it's clear to me now that we cannot continue to draw attention like this. I will take my family and leave. We will find somewhere else.
And once again, under no pact and no purpose, I will find you again. So you know home will be wherever you walk. For that little piece of ebonwood that I have, the talisman. If I can't get anything from this tree, could I use Druidcraft on the wood here to attempt to make something sprout off of it? The only uncorrupted piece of ebonwood here?
On the amulet?
Yeah, my ebonwood.
Sure. I would say you wouldn't even. I'd say you wouldn't even need to roll a check for that.
And she will produce a tiny bud, a little tiny sort of acorn off of this. And with a gentle pinch, she'll pluck from it. And she will hold it out to her.
She gingerly takes it. Kind of rolls it in her fingers.
This is from the ebonwood itself. A small connection. The first great tree. It has a string to the tree. And deep within this tree, I see a light, and I hear your voice. You are not truly gone from it. Those within the dream may have forsaken you, but not the dream itself. Make your own home. Serve your own purpose. Grow your own tree. Whatever shade its leaves, and whatever color its thorns or roots, make it your own. Whether that's of a dream or nightmare, some place in that twilight realm between. Have it be your own. Do so with pride, sister. I will always love you.
And with that, she collapses into you and embraces you once more.
She will squeeze her tightly, and with the soft sniffing in the beginning of a sob, she'll grab hold of her shoulders and push her back. Grab your court. Grab your loved ones. Grab the sun to your moon. And grab that little girl in your heart and flee. Flee a nightmare here. Go make your own dream. Make it come true.
There is something I need to do first.
Do you need help?
No.
Very well. You do not have to answer. But may I ask what? She has a timid sort of expression, sort of showing that after finally meeting her, she's hesitant to truly say goodbye and is clinging to a last remains, a vestigial continuation of the conversation, sort of stretching that time with her as much as she can.
When you all attacked the tree, I did what I could to protect it. I saw your companion, the Jar. Very potent spellcaster. I was doing what needed to be done to neutralize that threat.
Good.
I would ask that you return to your companions and tell them what's going to happen before they draw their blades again. I don't want any more bloodshed.
do I? What will happen, child? Tell me.
I will return to the Barrow. I will speak with my court. It will take a moment. Perhaps a few hours. There are some who do not entirely trust Nizara, but see her as their only option. There are those who will be loyal to her. I will do my best to convince them. I cannot make any guarantees. But when they come out, I want them unharmed.
Those people. They are strange. Quite the collection of foreigners. But something within their hearts. They do not like to draw blood. They try to avoid fights when they can. They hold a softness in their heart. The way they revere the dead of this land. Kindness they show the weak and children. They are not bloodthirsty hounds. I promise on my heart, they will not strike anything first. If you truly are fleeing, you escape this place, they would even help you. It's a little one that knows magic like us. Of the soil. She may be able to aid you.
I warn you. Those constructed of the nightmare, those born from it, they are not entirely of my own control. I cannot guarantee that they won't see what's going on and try to stop it. They are, how you say, on loan.
Those whispers in the back of our heads so much louder to them. I will tell them, should anything come to blows, to their very best, to simply defeat them, not to destroy. There is no use in hating the puppet for what it does when it's pulled on a string. It doesn't deserve punishment. Their kind hearts will understand.
Once we are gone, those that linger behind will likely be of Nazara's make or entirely loyal to her. I should warn you that.
You feel there would be hope for them?
I do not know.
Those we can, we will try to save.
I will.
For those we cannot, I will plant a seed.
She gives a quiet, understanding nod of regret. Now, follow my lead. I'm going to return to the Barrow. Those... She kind of gestures over towards the husks. Those creatures must not know what we have discussed here.
Very well.
And she quietly makes her way back over.
Now, am I following her away for a few hours? Am I understanding that correctly?
No, she's going to go back in. From what she said, she's going to go back now into the Barrow, and she's going to try
If she's
to.
going back, I'm returning to the group. I'm not
Gotcha.
following her into the Barrow to convince people. Is
Yep.
that correct?
Yep.
Okay, understood.
She's going into the Barrow to convince the court, or at least those she can.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Then I will return to the others. Is that the stage we're at, or is she leading me somewhere?
She's leading you back to the group, and she's breaking
Got
off
it.
with you to go into the Barrow.
When Aethera returns to the others, she has her mask back down again. And she scans over. And she finds Liska. Hey.
You can see her just facing off right now. The Nightmare Warden.
She's still holding it at bay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Seeing that it's present. Good. All right.
It is good to see you have returned.
It is good to see you work. Please remain diligent. I'm afraid I'll have no choice but us to retreat soon. And she will gently whisper in demonic to her. Please work hard. It is for a purpose.
Can you repeat that?
Please work hard. It is for a good purpose.
Okay.
She's so in common. She's saying we'll have no choice but to retreat. And she whispers to you in their native tongue, "It is for a good purpose." Say, please continue to guard this thing. Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm. She'll
then we-
give just like a
Mhm.
brief flicker of her eyes and just kind of nod. Once again, just kind of settling in her stance.
gives a little torment salute. Slings, make sure her bow is settled over her shoulder, holstered, and retreats to the party. And she goes over to Vellum. Hey there, sunshine.
So where are we at with things? I only caught bits and pieces.
She kind of looks around with her perceptive eyes. Passive 18. Is there anything nearby that could hear us at a quiet talk?
A quiet talk. The husks, probably being as mindless as they apparently are likely not listening out for you deliberately. The Nightmare Warden, on the other hand, seems dubious at best.
But we're a distance away from that, aren't we?
Are you there or somewhere else?
I have moved to wherever Vellum and the others currently are.
Vellum is
adjacent to Vellum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
so noticing her looking around, he will say in a quiet demonic, "We can talk over there, if that helps." And
Where's
then he'll
Dejar?
gesture back to where the group is.
Joseph,
Over to
where
right.
is Dejar?
And that's one thing I'm worried about. She's over here and she's not herself. At this point, he's
Show
sort of
me.
heading back over there with Etheria.
Perfect. And she just, show me. And she will follow him to wherever he leads.
Yep, we're right here.
And Sao, seeing them approach, will just gently gesture towards the Shar, also in a manner that indicates no sudden movements, please.
Your sister did something to her, and we don't know how to fix it, so...
Well, I do. Just tomorrow.
Maybe today. It was a long talk. Thank you for waiting. She turns and she deliberately looks at you, Vellum, and the opaque black of the mask sort of fades for a moment with a little fake glowing blue eyes. And you see a hint of a real eye underneath, behind the darkness, tired. The little shadowed sort of vermilion pink that slowly blinks. Thank you for stilling your hand.
It just makes sense.
She's become aware of being manipulated. She's retreating within. There are those who remain loyal to Nazara, and those who have had their doubts. There's a weird whisper within the woods. That corrupting influence. Something that tickles at the back of your mind. And she finally heard it. She's going to gather all that she can of her court. And they're going to flee this place. Everyone with doubt whether she can convince over the next couple hours will flee. She begs us not to attack them when they do. I
I'm
told them
fine
we
with
were
that,
innocent
but I have some
mercenaries.
problems.
Go on.
Well, firstly, we haven't gotten Krunka back. And secondly, time was a worry, because when we got here, if you remember, Nazara was lightly up to something. And the more time we give her to do whatever she was doing, the worse it might be for everyone. Your sister and her kind included.
The tree pulses. It's trying to grow. She wants it to consume the jungle. We cannot let that happen. But if we go in now, all those she could convince instead will face us. Should Nazara become alert, as she is not, this is just my own thoughts, but she may consume everything here as fertilizer to grow this tree. All the innocents, all the doubtful, all the prisoners. We cannot let her know, or the beasts in black hear of this. We can drastically reduce whoever is inside, take away her support, make it harder for her to achieve her goals. I doubt she can ready this tree in 2 hours' time. And when she comes back, she said she did what she had to do to our powerful caster. While there was determination in her choice in defending what she thought was her home at the time, there was a twinge of regret. It may be something she can fix. Now, if we let her do what she must in return, we may get Dejar back. The innocent, the doubtful, those who can still see the sunlight through this darkness, would be allowed to flee. If we play the role of the villain Nazara wants us to be, she will be the hero, and we will snuff that light out and have to kill them. Will you please let the innocent have a chance to flee?
I know, speaking for me, that was never a question. If they're not a part of it, they're not a part of it, but he's going to step a little closer to her. It's sort of like, because of how fucking short Etheria is, he's going to have to look down on her a little bit.
5'2".
5'2" and squatting! But, he
She's
is
a little
sort of
taller
like,
when she stands upright.
a bit more of a sort of firm tone to his features. I'm asking this just once, since we're putting a lot of faith in this, with nothing in return but a promise. Do you trust her?
The magical obscurement of her eyes will sort of fade as she stares directly into your own. And there is, from what you can see through the tired eyes, a very gritty, determined look that is equal part hurt with tears that are welling at the bottom eyelids. And she speaks softly to you. You can trust her.
I hope it's well placed. Because we're leaving without our friend, without our objective, and without anything more than words. Words I didn't hear all of. I can't speak
You
for
don't
everyone,
have-
obviously, but I will hold to the promise.
We don't have to leave. She is leaving. Then we can do what we must. And I promise you, Mr. Fajir, I will get your friend back.
We will. We'll give a little nod and go back to trying to patch up Snick. He's got the goop, so I don't know how she's reacting to goop.
How is Dejan?
Moist scales.
How is Dejan
I mean,
reacting to
it can be eaten, so worst comes to worst. It's like, here, have a gooey snack.
That's a funny image. She throw goop and she just tries to catch it in her mouth. Like,
Huh. She's like bestial and acting all snake-like, right?
Yeah.
pretty much.
Bro. I'm sorry, but like... Gonna try a little bit to assess, like, how bestial is she right now? Like, is she like, this is an actual beast that you can deal with and everything, or is this like, because she doesn't really know the extent of the magic. It's not on her list. She doesn't understand, so she's trying to understand, like, how animalistic is she right now?
Not enough to speak with animals, apparently.
she is pretty much acting like any snake would in this situation. She is snakes themselves don't really move much if they found a spot they like and they don't and they're actively trying to hide away from danger. There is just this sort of blank serpentine expression, the tongue occasionally kind of flickering out to taste the air.
Well, Bellamy's gonna take a knee and, like, carefully approach Deja to see what her reaction is to him. Because he was only briefly over here, so... hasn't really been exposed to him yet.
He just really is just staring. And a small head tilt. Nothing really else.
Gonna very slowly put a hand out. Test the waters. See if there's a response.
She's looking at the hair. Look, okay, you just.
I imagine there's a couple of flicks of the tongue out towards to taste the air around the hand itself as well.
Yeah, are you friend? For context, this is what I do with dogs to make them used to me.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to take out the goop and get a nice big handful, and just sort of like approach her with goop hand. See what the initial reaction is. If she goes to eat, then he'll let her eat it. But otherwise, he's gonna try and put it on her scales.
You just. Oh my god. She's just still staring. There's no immediate response.
This isn't how it goes, but I'm just picturing slowly approaching and then just slowly mushing the goop in her face. That isn't what happens, but it's a funny visual.
It is a funny visual. You know what? I'll
No, I'm not gonna
You
make
go
that
with
happen.
that.
That's insensitive. He's just gonna like take like the exposed parts of scale that she has and very carefully put the healing goop on, and just take some time applying that. And I'm gonna use some charges because the fucking items are broken currently.
Yeah, I noticed.
Double check how much it is. 2d8 plus 2. I'm gonna have to use a few of these. I'm down to 3 jars. Well, 2.5 technically.
It is really sad I can't heal myself because I have a potion of greater healing. I can't do shit.
Plus 2. Well, I'm trying to avoid ones that are potion based, because potions can be done by themselves in a quick moment.
Yep.
That's 9, and then I'm gonna do a second one. That's 7. That's another one down. I'm 1 jar away from the black stuff. What's your health at?
Let me check here.
Because I would know this because reasons.
Because of the ring.
No, she's doing well.
How many did you do?
This is me seeing how many people she can persuade.
Oh, I assumed, and I'm glad the rolls are going well because fuck.
Hold up. Let me check this here real quick.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay.
What's your health there, Snick?
Here we go. Oh, hold up.
You can just tell me a number, you don't have to paste it.
72.
72 out of like 90 or something?
89.
22. I'll give you one more dose. There you go, have some more goop.
It probably might be enough.
Now,
Oh,
Janer.
Just four off. Nice.
aid is busted. It's reducing everyone's health instead of it increasing.
Oh no. Okay. God damn
So
it.
if that can be quickly fixed, great. If not, just remember you have 5 HP more than normal, I guess.
Yeah, I think you can adjust that in the sheet itself. There should be like
I
a plus
looked, but I
max.
don't know how to. Oh, you can adjust it manually. Yeah, I'm talking about the spell.
No, like yeah. If we go to your sheet, edit hit points.
Yeah, I can edit the hit points manually.
Yeah, you might have to do it manually.
Okay, just Dejar and Sal, make a note. You have 5 max HP more than normal.
Okay.
I haven't lost any HP so far, so
So you would have technically still been at the full amount with the increase.
I don't know how to do that with my sheet currently.
You have to turn the edit on, and then you can change the maximum value.
Oh, I pop my shit out, so it's kind of wonky at the moment.
Oh, you can set a temporary maximum. So if you
Okay.
do the top left wrench, put it into edit mode, and then above your health is a little cog wheel. And I'll bring up another menu, and then there's temporary maximum right in the middle.
Oh, +5. Okay then.
There we go. All fixed. Alrighty, everything else potion-wise and all that shit we can just fucking manually figure out.
That's noise.
I have just about 2 jars left, and one of them is the black goop that, you know,
Your interesting evening happened at.
the black goop works the same, but probably less pleasant. All right. Anyone else need patching up? Anyone else need a goop?
I still have a jar for myself, so
Good.
I think I'm good.
With the increase, how short is the jar now?
Let me hold up. I just closed my sheet here real quick. I am now 85 over 94 since that.
Yeah,
age
fuck it. Have
increase.
one more. One more in the house.
I got 3 scrolls of Cure Wound.
Final one.
Cure wounds are big heals. Let's save that.
It's Cure Wound.
Okay.
It's a D8.
Alright, well,
That's my
I mean-
spellcaster modifier.
If you want to use a scroll of that now, that's fine. It saves me a charge of goop, but up to you.
That would put me up at 92 over 94. Do you want
Did you want to
say
use the
goop?
scroll, Ducky, or we going with goop?
I'm mostly just having the scrolls in case mid-fight I need to flash heal somebody.
Alrighty, that's fine.
Okay, goop it is.
I have 8 charges of goop left. That's 8 goopings.
Ah yes, but I'm gooping the snake.
A time on a
Don't
tradition.
say it like that.
You've had your fair share of goop as well.
All right. Are you all taking a short rest here?
I mean, it's a bit tense at the moment considering there's still thorny boys about.
Yeah. I was just curious. Like this is right
I don't
there.
think we can, much as we'd like to. We could mill about, but I don't think we got enough to quantify a short rest in terms of being ready to go back into the swing of things at any given moment.
I mean, if we're just going to be sitting here for 2 hours, like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it might be tense, but if nothing's happening, Liska's just going to. She can get a short rest. She will, but
If
like,
we
it's
can, we
fun.
can, but like,
Well, technically we have the time for a rest, but as mentioned, it'll be tense if anything decides to happen.
so we should not bank on it too much. Just hope we can get it and see what happens.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I do wish I hadn't spent my goop, considering I got 3 hit die left, but oh well. C'est la vie, hindsight.
Let's see. Short rest. A short rest is a period of downtime at least 1 hour long, during which a character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, and tending to wounds.
Liska is reading the enemy currently, so
Yep.
It actually means that if we have 2 hours, we can do one group taking a short rest and the other
keeping watch.
keep an eye and then switching.
How many hit
So-
die do you have, Vice?
I still have. If you hold up, I just minimized this shit again.
I just have it open and collapsed. Or I used fancy
11.
new sidebar.
I have 11.
Oh, well, I made. I tempted to save some goop by just having you use your hit die, honestly. Yeah, fuck it. Use your hit die. I'm gonna take those last 2 numbers off.
Okay,
I'm
so
rescinding your goop.
7 and 13. So okay. 13. 20.
Sadly, it's far too far gone for my hit die, because I have 3 left, but I fully gooped myself before even coming over here.
Stop gooping yourself.
Well, no one else
gooping
is
yourself.
gonna get
Stop
gooped.
gooping yourself.
The goop needs to go somewhere.
We're doing good.
Alrighty, so I think I'm as prepped as I'm gonna be, honestly.
I don't know how I'm gonna be able to use the hit dice here. Fuck. Oh wait.
You'd have to think.
Yeah, we just
pull
take
up
a
your
short rest
actual
and spend your
sheet.
hit die. Same as ever.
Mhm.
That said, are we able to get a completed short rest, Jenner?
The short rest is extremely tense. The slow, tremendous creak of the enormous tree sways back and forth. The Nightmare Warden there, sort of crouched by the edge of the archway. It has not taken its what you could consider to be a gaze off of you, Liska. Throughout this entire hour, you are able to get a short rest, but it is not a comfortable one by any means.
Wow, it still does those two things. So
what was Liska all the way over there?
He's making sure the Nightmare Warden doesn't wander off to do things.
Right. I remember.
Like, when he's not taking his rest, Vellum will come over and keep Liska company, if only for, like, easing some of the tension. He knows he can't do as much as she can in terms of control, but, like, you know, having someone there might help.
The Warden is just sort of sat there in the nook of this archway, almost sat like a guard dog, if you will.
I think my thing froze. That sucks.
Give it a second. Alrighty. I can recover some of my fighter stuff. Hooray! Stop decreasing my health to my normal maximum and put it to the maximum it was already at.
Who all did you cast aid on?
Himself, Dejar, and Sao.
Okay, cool.
I can only do it on 3 targets, and I figured Vellum's more likely to get hurt, Dejar is squish, and Sao is also vaguely squish.
No, you're all good.
Okay, so
Oh, why am I getting a prompt for Threat of Fate?
but why are you getting a prompt?
Yeah, I have no uses remaining,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I can't use it.
I don't know.
Get out of here, box. Why is the crafting tools popping up? What's going on?
It's crafting time, motherfucker.
Oh, you know what it was? I tried typing my health back in and it must not have had it selected, so I did my hotbar.
As you finish up your short rest here, it's about a good half hour after that rest, trying to keep Dejar company, trying to keep her from wandering off in her sort of bestial sense.
Yeah, Vellum sits with her when he's not with Liska.
Mm-hmm. You start, Liska, as your eyes lock with the sort of long skull of the Nightmare Warden. There's a twitch in its head. The light within it flickers for a moment. For the briefest of moments, you're able to make out these faint whispers just around you. One of its claws twitches.
Gonna give it a stare. Like, she's ready. She's ready to fuck shit up.
You gonna do something? Fucking squared up, bro. You do not want to fuck with the mountain.
Fucking try it.
Don't. You'll lose.
You hear also what sounds like various clinking and clanking of armour, of drawn blades from within the archway. And eventually you start seeing the glint of steel as slowly a couple of the pair of nightmare guards that you previously just walloped beforehand before they retreated inside are starting to make their way out. You can see where you've sort of slashed the arms. They've been recently bandaged with ivy and various plant matter. You can see one of them now has an eye covered.
You gave the motherfucker a black eye?
Could have been worse. At least he has an eye.
That's true. God, Liska's a badass.
I feel bad for the guy with poison ivy on his bandages.
I'm glad he still has an arm to bandage.
It's true.
And as you see the flickers of armor from the light emerging through the darkness, the Nightmare Warden immediately twitches its head around towards the approaching group and gives a low growl.
At that, Liska's going to... Okay, let's see. I will say, because this is important, all Etheria said to Liska was,
This is true.
yeah, it's going to be a while, like, keep doing what you're doing. She wasn't part of the whole, we're going to wait a while, like 2 hours.
And leave, yeah.
And they're going to leave. So Liska's going to kind of give a glance over to Etheria and Vellum and just be like, there's like a little, what's supposed to be, like she's like slightly slants like a little cock of her hammer to just be like what's it, like what's going on?
Etheria probably would have been wise enough to communicate better, at least when it comes to vital things. Maybe communicate poorly with low charisma, but communicate the plan at all. I, however, am retarded. So, I'm going to say, even if it's not retroactive, let's say going forward, she is going to give her the equivalent of the Torment hand signal that is basically standing for something like prisoner, retreat, or like surrender. Whatever the equivalent of is, like, hey, those kind of, that general sort of message, and do that little 2-finger point, sort of in that general direction. So, and then basically say, like, guard, and then point at the big thing. So it's all like silent military hand signals from that specific culture.
It would definitely be like, halt, non-combatants, don't engage.
Yeah, like
Pretty much.
Torment thieves can't almost.
Almost like Torment Thieves. I love that. Yeah, I love Torment. It's such a cool culture. Anyway, basically boiling down
say
to that.
words because he's right there. They don't do anything. You don't need to.
Okay. Liska, okay. With this kind of all in mind, give me 1 second while I pull up this because I want to make a
Hi,
brief...
the other girl's back.
Okay. Okay.
What the fuck?
Jenner, can I make an insight check into the Nightmare Warden?
Yes,
To
you
get
can.
a vibe of, like, hey... Because it's obviously, like, she still is there to be, like, in case something goes wrong, she's gonna have at the thing. Can she do an insight check to vibe whether or not it is viewing these approaching people as as like enemies?
A vibe check.
Yeah, vibe check.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me an insight check.
Okay. I don't know why I targeted him to do that, but I'm doing an insight check.
It's a good habit, bro, with the way automation works.
Yeah. Boop.
16. That flicker of light that you saw within its skull, that twitch and the twitch of the fingers, it didn't do that up until then. You gather something else has taken over. And it's reacting with immediate hostility towards these 6 other Satyr that are making their way up, kind of being now what you can see led by Briar as she makes her way to the front, and she's starting to see this as well. And there's
That's a really unique perspective of this. Would this be in any way reminding of her of, like, maybe when she was controlled by Mortifacts? like that similar sort of like a creature is being puppeted by another creature or mentally enchanted, manipulated?
Um,
Well, she
Because you would
already
have like a literal empathetic connection to that kind of magic.
well, she already got a sense that this creature was already being puppeted by Briar. So I think upon seeing that it suddenly is treating her with kind of open hostility would, if anything, make her suddenly more nervous. Of like, oh shit, this thing's no longer under control anymore. And
Yeah,
Liska's going to she's going to close distance. Like, not like she's about to just smack a bitch, which she still might. But she's going to close distance and suddenly, with her shield, just kind of interpose her shield between the warden and Briar, and in demonic, say, go behind.
all right.
My passive is 16, and could I notice this at the same time as Liska?
Yeah, if your passive is 16, you'll be able to see this as well.
Yeah, my passive insight 16.
Something has taken control of this Nightmare Warden, where previously it was not.
Yeah, Valem's gonna give them some space, and also because I don't want to be next to the Nightmare Warden when it goes off. I'm gonna go this way, and Valem's not sword drawn or anything, he's just sort of giving them a nod of a gesture to reinforce Liska's point. Because there's still these viney boys here that he needs to worry about.
And you're noticing as you get closer to them, they kind of twitch their leaves and seem to look over in your direction.
At that point,
and
he
they're
will have to
and they're
pull
starting
the blade out,
to-
but not activate it.
The limbs are starting to flail a bit more, starting to writhe. And as you say, go behind. The rest of them are kind of look to Briar, look to you distrustingly, Liska, and then kind of look to Briar in that same moment. They're not sure what to do, and Briar kind of looks behind her and says in Sylvan, "Do what she says." And they're going to make their way over behind you, and it's at that moment that you see the Nightmare Warden's massive claw begin to reach up in an attempt to swipe at Briar.
Get shot, motherfucker.
Yeah, Liska's going to obviously going to interpose.
All right, so I guess we're
She's been ready for the last couple hours.
Yep, we're
just
gonna-
it's about to go down.
The
briefly.
spring
He's
has
been
been
edging
wound
combat
for
for hours.
She's been whining.
I will
the
say,
back
Jenna,
up.
for your own sake, group this lot together.
Yes.
Don't give them all individual initiatives.
We do only
Maybe
have 20
one
minutes.
for Briar,
Yep.
one for the fleeing civilians.
Yep.
I'll say, for the sake of this, we're gonna group up the civilians here. I
Notice
suppose.
there's two ladies in waiting. Thought they were a unique person.
Ooh, courtiers.
Oh, I'm one of those as well. Elegant.
Yeah. Come on, get. Where's the encounter?
If it's not popped up automatically, just right-click the cross swords.
Yep, I see it.
Hey, a not terrible roll.
There we go.
I
Okay.
think regardless what happens, we
There
should
we go.
probably let Liska go first. Because at least react first in terms
Oh,
of
yeah.
any reactions or anything.
All right, Liska, what are you doing?
Because
Well, you said so. You said motherfucker swinging.
Yep.
So yeah. What? I guess it reacts, takes a swipe.
Yep. It's gonna.
Oh, was it when? Wait, did Briar not go with the group? She's stayed where she was.
No, she was caught off guard by this, and you can see she was just about to sort of raise her arms up, channeling this sort of ethereal purple magic. Claws, attack. That would hit.
Okay, this will warding maneuver.
All right.
And usability. So I guess that 4 is the So add 4 to her AC.
All right. Very nice.
And I don't know. And if she has her shield, her brighter shield, whatever it is.
I think that's a spell, isn't it? I think she has to cast that before.
Oh, yeah, hang on.
That's reaction based.
She had to recharge that, so yeah. There we go. So that takes her up to quite a significant bit of AC there.
Wait, am I off center? Oh, I get the grid up.
No, you're not. You're on center.
Okay, good.
Okay then. Right, Etheria, what are you doing?
Let's see. I'm gonna fucking obliterate this thing. Very simply, I'm going to skitter over here by these rocks. Behind. Hey, you can't see me. I'm fully behind.
Mm-hmm.
And then peek my little head up. Surprise, motherfucker. Get shot from an unseen combatant.
All right.
Shot on.
First, yeah, you're gonna have to hold advantage on that.
Okay.
Yeah, hold Alt.
Got it. Making sure. I'm going to obliterate your prostate.
Well, now.
Highly specific. Make sure that.
She's got sharpshooter. She can do it.
Yeah, it's an
Oh,
Jesus.
This is
You
nice.
weren't fucking joking.
And you know what? It didn't do it with advantage. Was that a crit? It wasn't. It didn't do it with advantage.
Okay.
So I need to.
Just roll
It's a
2
hit.
normally.
Yeah.
Did any of those crit? Nope.
Nope.
That's fine.
But it did look like it hit.
Yep. It that definitely hit.
Okay,
It-
cool.
It
Did
lands
that do the additional D6 from Dread Ambusher?
D6.
It doesn't look like it did.
It's done
No.
a d20 if that's supposed to be damage. I think that's just a re-roll of the attack roll.
Yeah. So roll
That is the attack roll
1d6.
plus.
Okay, so +4
So there's
damage.
Dread Ambusher. I'm gonna link that so everybody can see why I'd be getting the additional D6.
Oh yeah, no, I know the Gloomstalker very well.
I
Okay, gloom, gloom.
not, which is interesting.
Gloomy boy.
How do
Especially
I?
effective on a bugbear.
Oh,
Oh,
bugbears are
that's
fun.
nasty. That's very nasty.
I had a bugbear assassin Gloomstalker at one
Oh,
point.
hang on. I see.
Oh, D8. Oh, my apologies.
I see.
Even
Yeah.
better than I thought.
Dread Ambush is out of date. Let me update that for you. So I'll go ahead and undo that 4
It'd be a
points of damage.
D8. I'm sorry.
I'll apply healing
It would
and
be
then
this much.
Oh,
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 thinking.
there we go. Oh, that
Is
Oh.
doing it.
There you go. Fuck it.
we'll take. Oh, okay.
You're already doing it.
Apply damage.
I didn't
Uh,
realize you were rolling it again. You already rolled it. I should have known.
There we go. No
Okay,
worries.
5 damage on addition on top of that. So there's my first attack.
Oh lordy, this woman still has more attacks.
Second attack. I'm revealed, so it doesn't get anything for it.
Right in
And
the
because
prostate.
of the additional attack from Dread Ambusher only on the first round, third attack.
Nice. Oh Christ.
Good lord.
It's
you can
already
see-
going
Right,
immediately
I
better than the
moved
fucking ambush.
with a
A few feet.
with a flurry of arrows, all 3 of them piercing into the brambled hide of this massive creature that has now turned on your little sister.
And I'm going to go ahead and...
It's looking hurt.
I'm not done yet. I'm an asshole. But go ahead. Finish your narration.
I would say it's looking very hurt.
Cool. It's gonna get worse. Bonus action hide.
Okay.
Awesome. I use the rest of my movement and I go over here. I'm still behind the wall and might have to be here.
Gotcha.
Since I have the extra 10 feet from Dread Ambusher. Cool. I'm then going to, because it's been a short rest.
Here we go.
Action surge?
Yes. Why is it not letting me action search? There we
How
go.
many attacks do you have? Yes.
Awesome. It's still technically the first round, so I take the attack action with my bonus action, and I get 3 additional attacks. Only works the first round, so I really gotta nuke this bitch.
Okay.
If there's
Oh!
ever anyone to nuke, it'd be them.
Did it see me with the 28 stealth?
With a 28
It
stealth.
has a chance.
Uh,
Well, I am behind a wall
With
as I
a-
pop up.
because it wasn't paying attention to you, and it needs an action to do its search. With a passive perception, no, it doesn't.
Great.
Get fucked.
Okay, so that
It
reveals
is
you.
not roll. It did. Yep. Okay. Perfect.
Oh, make sure that did reveal you, by the way. So just
I did not hold advantage. Was that automatic? It should not. Hold on. Let me.
yeah, because you're
talk to
invisible
myself.
right now.
Boom. Revealed. Ah. Perfect.
They might have
Alright,
actually
I-
missed then.
Yeah, that did actually miss.
Oh fuck! Hang on.
But that's okay.
It's not done when it's supposed to. Let me delete that
You
then.
can't hit them all.
Am I revealed?
I'll delete that manually. There we go.
Cool. Okay, thank you. And all right, final third again. Nope.
Wow.
Got it.
I do want to say the first one that did hit should have gotten your Dread Ambush D8 again.
Yeah, it should have. I don't
Okay.
see it.
Is it only on the first turn on the first combat, or is that just it happens whenever?
At the start of your first turn each combat, your walking speed increases by 10, which lasts until the end of your turn. If you take the attack action on your turn, you can make 1 additional weapon attack. If that hits, D8. Yeah, so it should be an additional D8 as
Gotcha.
well, because it's the first turn in the attack action. Additional 5. There you go.
Well,
Get fucked.
this thing is gonna be fucking nothing but bones and
Yeah.
at this point.
Apparently, Etheria did not like the sight of that.
No.
Now, I can't bonus action akin because it only gives me an action, but I will, however, fall prone behind this wall.
Okay.
Fuck you. I'm behind full cover now.
I just like to think you
Rambo.
boinged up in the air, shot your shots, and then just fell back behind the wall. Boing.
Fuck you.
It's like
You
in
can't
theory,
see me,
just-
motherfucker.
Etheria flipping the double birds as she just falls backwards. Just like,
In fury, the Nightmare Warden's going to make another.
Liska, it's up to you.
He's going to make a grapple attack on Briar as a legendary action.
Going to try.
Oh, that's a special attack action. Lisa, can you do
Yeah.
anything when anyone attacks an adjacent target?
I
asking for a
cannot.
friend.
It's like the thing that allows me to do multiple reactions wore off a while ago.
Oh, so you've already done your one
Oops.
warding mode, but yeah.
Yeah. And apparently, I'm at the end of the combat, so it's gonna be fun.
It'll be
Oh.
interesting.
Dude, you know what that means? You get to go right before the first person.
True.
The end of the
Right.
combat is just the first before the beginning of the initiative order. God, I love these guys.
Well, unfortunately, little sister got grabbed.
You better get her out of that.
Not in a fun way.
And
What is the fun way? What do you mean by this?
nope.
It's like, why you talk about my sister like that?
Bro, hold up a minute. Without
What
me?
does Primal Snack do?
Uh,
Oh, God.
you know what? Briar, as her legendary action at the end of Varmir's turn,
Oh yeah, she's a legendary creature.
She can teleport like bullshit, I remember.
Yeah, she's
She gets
she's pretty good
misty
at that.
stepped several times around. Oh god.
Yeah, that looks
Forgot about that
particularly
animation.
dangerous.
Suddenly the tentacles.
What is this feral snake going to do?
It's true. Snake doesn't know that Briar's our friend now.
I mean, there is a bigger monster, and the bigger monster is usually
No,
the bigger threat.
the only thing that I can think in Tishar's mind, he was heavily traumatized by this thing, so that one's taking priority besides Briar.
Big scary
Did Liska
creature.
act to defend it though?
I
like
think
a
you can
friend
still
would?
do your usual actions, as long as they're not
I would-
brainy.
Yeah, I can stab. The only thing I can do is
You can
stab.
stab.
Oh, you can't shoot. I
Would you
guess that does
charge into
require
the
some-
combat to stab, or
that-
would you?
Would you be too
understand
afraid?
too big?
I
Not
think
even
you-
afraid. Would you understand big creature can hurt me?
Like
Doesn't
I
have to
said,
be fear, but that's not the right thing.
he remembers this thing has pretty much hurt her when she got close. It got close, so getting close is not ideal.
Yeah.
You can probably throw a dagger at it.
That'd be a good idea. It might be a really bestial thing to sort of consider, and it's very basic line of thought. But you saw Liska move to defend the lady that did the spell on you before, and that's something she only does for friends.
Yep,
I
so-
don't.
I don't think you've lost your wisdom to understand the reason for actions, even if you
Nope.
can't understand the complex like stratagems of it. You're wise enough to understand you defend those that are your friends, and Liska
Yeah,
just
so-
did that. So maybe
Yeah,
we'd be able
leave
to
Briar
understand.
alone to get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
This can pretty much be it.
Deal with the biggest
Okay.
danger.
I'm going to
Throw that shit.
toss the Amber Fang. Just yeet that thing at this thing.
All right.
So here we go.
The first time you've ever used that thing I made for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it hits. You throw it, and it thunk. Oh, sneak attack.
Oh.
Yeah,
I was
she's
gonna
part
just
rogue.
attack-
Let me fix
I
that
think
real
There's an
quick.
adjacent enemy.
There is an ally adjacent.
There is.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, so
does.
I've just updated that. That should be fixed now. Sneak attack.
Everyone's doing new things lately.
How much damage do you get from sneak attack?
1d6.
All right, so an extra 1d6. Okay.
I think it automatically added it
Yep.
when she
Oh wait,
picked
no.
sneak attack.
Oh yes,
See,
it
there
does.
it is.
D6 on the
There it
end.
is.
I thought the number changed. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, never mind. I am wrong.
Attacked, and she's going to, since promptly remembering that this thing does have a large reach, slip it back down against the wall. I can fucking move.
So we're just like running away now, right? After we.
Well, they're
kill
running
everything.
away. We're gonna have to kill this thing. There's
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
way.
But like, you know, when that's done, we're out of here.
I think
Yeah,
we're going in
definitely.
because all the people that Raya managed to convince are out here. So anyone else inside is an enemy. Now, after Jazar's turn, I'd like to do a free action talk, if that's okay.
When it comes to your turn,
Oh, I can only do it in my turn. Okay, damn. Carry on.
gotcha. Okay. Yep, they're all gonna. Yep, they're gonna use a. We'll say. Yeah,
Dodge action.
I'll say disengage action actually.
Ah, smart.
Hey, not just civilians. They're pretty capable fighters
Oh yeah, a
in
couple
their
of
own right.
fighters. Yeah.
And that's going to be their turn. Action. Oh, any bonus actions actually? Nope. No need to do that right now. Not this instant. Okay, the Nightmare Warden.
Goddamn regeneration. Stop that. Problem is, this guy's at full health with all the waiting around we've been doing, so... On the plus side,
Pretty
he's
much.
one of the only targets.
True. This would be true.
Been regenning for the last 2.5 hours.
So in that case... But with all of the damage Etherea's done, I'll take that into account.
Also, I think after this round of combat, it'd be good to do time.
Yes.
Because time has flown away again, much to my chagrin.
See you, Olivia.
Oh no, we're playing D&D. We're having fun.
Yeah, but it feels like the one I enjoy the most goes by the quickest.
Gee, I wonder why.
Warden is going to surge over towards Briar. I believe that would provoke from you, Liska.
I don't have my reaction.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Well, so I guess I might, but it comes down to your opinion, Jenner.
Mm-hmm.
Since the reaction was to something that happened outside of combat, would I still have a reaction as we enter combat?
It was a ready to action,
I
right?
feel it. She's been on edge, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
She's been on edge and waiting to spend her action to react to like attack or defend as necessary. I don't want to be cheesy and seem like I'm fishing for something, but I also don't want to deny Avon the recourse of what he's been doing
To
this
be
entire
fair,
time,
if we
which is preparing to respond to this.
yeah.
It kind of feels like this. You do as you wish, but it feels like something happened. She reacted, and that started the combat. And afterward, then you went into initiative.
Yeah.
She's not reacted since we started the combat. It was her decision that made combat happen,
Yes.
and now it's a fresh slate. That's just how I see it. Rule as you see fit.
I will say that considering that if I were to say no, then like where would you even get the turn as well? So yes, I'd say you'd get your reaction here.
Okay. Then she will, before it has a chance to move away from her, try to smake.
All right.
It was adjacent. It should be adjacent because she did move up to be adjacent to it.
Mm-hmm.
And let's try
It's just
this.
spinning around.
Spin.
What's going on?
Let's hope she actually hits. She's been. Is it?
Oh, that hits.
Yeah.
Stays where it is.
0 movement.
As it turns around to try to swipe at Briar again, you manage to catch it by one of its large sort of bramble twig-like feet, and you smash it into the ground, preventing it from moving. Okay, so instead it's going to do a few of these.
Say someone's dissing your fly girl. Just fail at one of these.
You watch as each time it seems to try to strike out at Briar. Instead, you watch as its feet, its front forelimbs, crash against the ground like it's stamping its feet in anger. And with each stomp, you can see roots beginning to summon themselves around Briar's hooves. Oh, just narrowly missed.
Liska haranguing her so hard. Just be like, bitch.
No, it's illegal. Stop it.
I love when Liska just gets to be a fucking annoying, impenetrable, yet also somehow movable wall that moves directly into the worst place possible for you.
Alrighty. Bonus
At the
action activate.
the end of the nightmare,
Oh no.
the warden's turn. Briar's going to strike back.
I am thornier than you.
Which hits.
Oh dear God.
That's a big old area.
Oh. Very dramatic.
As tendrils begin to root up around, spiking into the warden itself, you hear some sort of whisper from the warden itself, Liska. I'm sorry you couldn't be a part of this, Briar, my dear.
Ooh. Okay, something's fucking.
Yep. Am I good to go? Is spooky
Yes.
Alrighty, well, blade activate. It's gonna suck. Hit. And as he's passing, God, I gotta get used to using the new thing. The old 20.
Oh!
Oh, that was a crit. You know what time it is, boy. The shit I never get to fucking do.
I think it died before you got to do
Yeah,
it. Okay.
No. Man,
Died before you can get the
how many of these?
spike on.
How many of these do I get to use? It's one per charge. How many charges do I got? Shut up! I want to be fancy.
Sure. Why not?
I mean, you might be able to use it against this one. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll save it. We still got a whole thing to do. It would have been dramatic and fun.
I mean, hey, if you want to do be dramatic and fun, that's fine. I'm sorry. Like, do you.
No,
Do
I've
what
only got
Velma
3
did.
of them. I've got 3 of them for, and we may need them for Nazara and whatever the fuck else we've got to deal with. Okay, so that's dead anyway, so I'm going to use more of my movement to go over here. And do my final attack. My final message.
Well, that hits as well. And you
Nice.
take 6
And-
points of piercing damage from the
Yeah, I know.
thorny.
But he's sort of like back to the retreating satyrs, and he just says in, yeah, fuck it, I'll say in demonic for funsies. Go, I've got you covered. And he's like almost like shield imposing himself between him and the creature.
Okay.
That's all my actions.
Reader.
What will Gobble do?
It's not a gobble this time.
Oh, not Gobble. Druid.
He's
My bad.
half. A gobble?
Is he, is he falling asleep?
The bubble?
Nah, man.
Oh, there it is.
Just thinking of what the fuck to do.
Hey, Ben.
I don't really want to use any more of my spells because I barely have any left as it, so I'm gonna have more shit to do. So I am probably just going to fucking magic stone that bitch.
Jeez, I did 38 damage. God, I love crits. I love critting.
Venom screams.
I love critting.
I love critting, Charlie. I love critting.
What's a crit?
Oh man, you really shouldn't be saying that out loud.
Gotta love that dopamine.
Alright, fucking magic stone. And fucking sling, sure.
Alright. Unfortunately, with a 12, that does miss.
Why is it an advantage?
Because of restrained.
Oh, they're restrained. Okay.
Yeah, all them
nice.
big glowy thorny things.
Did not notice that it was
3 and
restrained.
4.
That's good to know.
All of those vines summoned from Bright.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh god.
Holy shit!
Oh god. Hey, what's going on?
I think Shell of Thorns was
I don't know if
recharging.
it recharged.
Yeah.
He recharged the
Just
first
a recharge?
Yeah, some of
time,
them
so
failed.
the
Okay.
other ones were unneeded.
Okay. I'm gonna have to fix that. But
It's fine, she won't be around much longer.
Just remember the time as well.
yeah. What does she have? Huh.
Murder is what she has.
Murder.
And exposed thighs.
Briar is going to rush over towards the rest of you. I have it subdued. And looks to Dejar, sort of grits her teeth. All right, all right.
Gives you a mistake.
And takes out a small satchel, dips a hand into it, and sort of tosses a bit of glittering dust over Dejar.
Oh god, right in the eyes.
You've been hissing at the moment. The moment it happened, she just probably grasped at the wall, almost like waking up. What? Oh hell! What the fuck? Oh hello.
Sao immediately sort of pipes up we'll explain later. Big creature.
Does Briar have any bonus actions?
I don't know. You tell us, Jenner.
Let me see here. Who's looking a bit hurt?
Anything with fire.
We just
Oh,
came
no,
off the
she-
short rest.
Sorry, she can't use any bonus actions because there's...
Is there a spell?
Yes, correct. So she's going to move up this way. Let's see, 35, full movement. That's going to be her. And she's going to call out, "This is not what we agreed to, Nazara."
Rattle him, girl.
All right. Just so I'm kind of clear, because I've kind of got lost in the sauce. These guys back here where Vellum is, they are leaving.
Yep.
Correct. So
There
no
are-
fireball.
They are
No fireball.
non-loyalists that have converted to our side
Okay.
and are trying to escape the evil witch.
So I will say, Jenner, you skipped one of your boys.
Oh, I did. Sorry, give me a sec.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, attack Vellum a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the way. I mean, they are in reach to hit one of the bystanders, but I am in position to stop that from happening if need be.
Yep. Loyalist fleeting.
Interception.
Loyalist fleeting can't. There we go. You saw the little targeting icon.
I saw them turn towards them slowly. It's like, no. I do have to roll the die, though, because
Yeah.
it isn't set up for
And
that.
and they also have to hit. They
Yeah,
might miss.
I
True,
think,
they
I
might
think,
miss.
think you're a bit too eager there.
I never get to use this.
There we go.
Okay, so... Okay, so it's D10 plus my proficiency bonus. Dang.
So
But yeah, Vellum shoots into the way
as
as much as he can.
one of these nightmare courtiers, the bramble husk lurches a tendril around, grips her by the waist, and yanks her back into its embrace.
It was Vellum's shield stuck in between.
Yeah, yeah.
He tried to block some of it, a lot of it went through, and he just pulled his arm with it.
So it reduces the damage by 7.
Yep. Sadly, it doesn't reduce it to all of it, which I wanted, but
Okay,
you know, I'd
so
have to roll a 9 for that to happen.
She takes 6 points of damage then.
Unfortunately.
And
I wish I'd rolled more on that.
second attack.
Only a 3. Oof.
Oh, did it crit? Ooh. Let's hope she survives.
Well, she's vanished, so I'm gonna assume no.
No,
Oh, hang on.
it did the pull thing and pulled.
Oh, it did
again.
it. It pulled her until. Okay, I see.
There we go.
Right, well, I know what I'm doing next round. I've got to rescue someone.
Alright, Sayun.
Say next week.
Really? Next week? No. Fuck that. Fire and Will.
What did Will ever do to you?
Fuck. That's some low fucking damage.
Oh, 6.
Wait.
As you... Oh,
Something doesn't seem right.
oh, is it not taking into account the extra thing your artificer feature gives you? I see that. How much is that?
D8.
Well, 1d8. 5. Okay, 5 extra points of fire damage. As you aim your firearm, a small sort of fiery rune appears at the barrel, and you shoot the firebolt into the hide of the creature. And as it impacts, you can see all of the scars, all of the brambled hooks that have been dug into its flesh are now struggling. They're struggling to reconstitute themselves.
And because I have to actually double check this because I know there's a timer on it actually.
It's been longer than an hour.
Yeah, I was about to say it's been longer than an hour, so my Eldritch Cannon is gone, poofed.
Okay.
So I have a blank bonus action. Guess that's it for me.
Alright. And at the end of your turn, Briar's going to use her final legendary action to do another Nightmare Thorn Strike.
More dramatic attack.
Great heavens, that's a mean ass attack.
Is it just me or is it getting bigger?
No, it was about that big.
It was always
It is
about that big.
excessively large.
Yep.
Dangerously large.
I think
What am I
also
saying?
because it's just the size of the Nightmare Warden scales up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
This guy.
Alright, so Leska is going to beat the shit out of this guy.
What is she going to do?
She's gonna beat a shit out of him.
She's gonna smack his shite in.
Aye. Boop numero uno.
You have advantage because it is restrained.
Indeed. 1, 2.
But
Nice. 3. Does that hit? I don't think that does hit, even with advantage. And then, action surge.
Oh, I could have action surged. No, I was gonna save it. I remember now.
Probably a good idea to save it. For Liska, she's in the thick of it. Let her.
Yeah, she's dealing with a big boy.
yeah, this is her thing. Let her do her thing.
a big boy with regen.
And then
I'm saving mine for Nazara, whatever the fuck else she's got hiding in there.
smack again. Aw, really? Oh, that wasn't with advantage this time. Let me just roll a d20 real quick.
Oh, hang on.
Yep.
Did you
Oops, 5 and a 3. Nice.
end up hitting yourself with that? Did you target yourself?
Stop hitting yourself.
So apparently, I might have for some reason, but either way,
Yeah,
the d20 I rolled, I would have missed
Gotcha.
regardless. A 5 and a 3.
So the second attack.
Let's try this again. Oh wow,
Oh, come on.
a 2 and a 3. Quick question: how's it looking?
It's looking very, very hurt. It is in the same spot that pretty much Etheria reduced it to before you reminded me that it would have been regenerating during the rest.
And I
Yep,
guess
but
we'll
now
try
I
this
can't.
final attack.
There you go.
Hey. Nice. And then, let's see. Did it deal damage to? Did it? Let's see. Liska smack. Since it first started, this combat started. Did it deal damage to anybody?
Let me check here. Let's scroll up. I think because it did its ranged attacks as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Thorn Spike. No, it missed all of its attacks.
All right. Then, bonus action. Let's just push the bitch.
All right. Let's have him make an athletics check. Why not?
Oh, he's restrained too, so it should be a disadvantage.
It should.
And this should be an advantage.
Athletics check. Let me double check. Restraint can become 0. Disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Okay. It doesn't look like anything about it has disadvantage on athletics.
That's fine then. I must have been thinking of something.
Yeah,
else.
but
There's
probably
disadvantage
something
on-
else.
no, they automatically fail dex and something throws.
Yeah.
They're
Regardless,
restrained.
he's knocked prone.
There's
Regardless,
7.
Klong.
Hang on, with a because you rolled a 7 and a 16 with advantage.
Yeah, because it's an attack. Because it's a special attack, and since it's restrained, you get advantage on attacks against it.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Athletics skill check 16. Yep, it's prone. It falls prone as the thorny tendrils wrap around it, clinging it, forcing it to the ground.
And it's stuck prone.
Mhm.
And Liska, I think that's going to be the end of her turn. And maybe the set.
All right. Yep. At the start of round 2, we will end it there, as it seems that Nezara's betrayal has been revealed. What motives she might have, or what wider motives she might have, seem to remain a mystery for now. But till you get inside, and quite possibly face what she has in store for you, we won't know until then. We'll end it there. Alright, I shall stop recording in 3, 2, 1.